Chapter 428. If it were in the past, he would probably agree to let Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui help. Zhao Yun was looking forward to it. If her father was always like this, how good would it be? Then, the third branch would not be bullied too much. Zhao Yun sneered and said to Zhao Wenhua, "Father, since eldest uncle and second uncle are so enthusiastic, let them help." A trace of craftiness flashed across Zhao Yun's eyes when she said that. Zhao Wenhua was stunned. He did not know what Zhao Yun meant by that. Eldest uncle and second uncle took the initiative to help because of their brotherly relationship with father. "If you refuse, then you are in the wrong," Zhao Yun said. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui hurriedly nodded. "Yes, Yun is right. Third brother, the two of us treat you as a brother. If you refuse the help of your brothers, then isn't that not treating us as your brothers?" Zhao Wenhua did not know what to say. His train of thought was disrupted by Zhao Yun's interference. Zhao Yun very calmly curled her lips. "Yes, father. Eldest uncle and second uncle are helping. They don't have any other intentions, and they don't want anything from you. Why are you still like this? Then, let your eldest uncle and second uncle help." Zhao Wenhua asked in disbelief and confirmed with Zhao Yun. "Let's let eldest uncle and second uncle help. But eldest uncle and second uncle, I won't be cooking much later, so I won't be able to entertain the two of you. I believe you won't mind. After all, eldest uncle and second uncle are only helping father because of their brotherly relationship. They don't want this meal, right?" After Zhao Yun finished speaking, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui's faces instantly darkened. What was this girl saying? They had helped just for this meal. Now that they were not even going to give them a meal, what were they supposed to do? "Yuner, you can't say that. You've already asked your fourth uncle and second cousin to eat. Your eldest uncle and I only have 2 extra pairs of chopsticks. No matter how little food there is, it shouldn't be enough for the two of us, right?" Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were clearly anxious. "Eldest uncle, second uncle, it's really just 2 less people. Isn't it just a meal? It's nothing good. Don't tell me that eldest uncle and second uncle are going to fuss about this." Zhao Yun sneered. "I say, Yuner, are you doing this on purpose? Are you trying to trick us? Why is it that we work for you but you don't give us food to eat? Where is this logic coming from?" Zhao Wenshui said angrily. The smile on Zhao Yun's mouth became colder. This guy actually had the nerve to say it out loud. Shameless. Delicious to the extreme. How could there be such a person? Old Zhao's family really had a lot of weirdos. In the face of Zhao Wenshui's questioning, Zhao Yun replied indifferently. "Second uncle, you can't say that. You and eldest uncle volunteered to work for my father, so I can't force you to treat anyone to a meal. I can treat whoever I want to, right? You little girl, you're so evil. What did your eldest uncle and I do to offend you? You're so stingy with a meal." Zhao Wenshui was a little indignant when he thought about eating meat. His stomach felt very uncomfortable when he didn't have any food for a long time. It would have been fine if they didn't mention eating meat, but now that Zhao Yun mentioned it, Zhao Wenshui felt like there was a glutton crawling around in his stomach. If he didn't eat meat, he would be upset for the next few days. Zhao Yun only found it laughable. Chapter 429. She said that she was evil, but the people from the Zhao family were much worse than her. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were even more so. "Eldest uncle, second uncle, you're wrong. I'm not trying to steal your food. Everyone knows that you have big stomachs and eat a lot. One of you can eat as much as 2 people. If I let you come over to eat, then the others don't need to eat. Eldest uncle, second uncle, are you so calculative about a meal, or are you helping just for the food? Xiao Yun exposed them mercilessly. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were embarrassed. This wretched girl was too much. It was not good for them to say no, but it was also not good for them to say no. If they said yes, it would be a slap in the face for what they said just now. If they said no, Xiao Yun had even more reason to not let them eat. You wretched girl, we won't talk to you anymore. We won't help, okay? That's right, we won't help. There's no benefit in helping. It'll be a waste of effort. Do you really think we care about that meal of hers? Xiao Yun curled her lips. It was best if they didn't help. They would really think that she was begging them for help. Zhao Wenhua secretly shook his head. He knew that this would be the outcome. But it was also good that eldest uncle and second uncle would not get involved. Although it was troublesome to set up the wooden shed and the stove, with 4 or 5 people working together, it was done quickly. Xiao Yun went home first to look for Mulan. Mulan was also working in the yard, but she did not interfere much. Instead, she instructed Hua to do it. Although Hua was young, she was very skilled at work. There was a wooden basin in front of her with some small clothes soaked in water. When she picked it up and rubbed it in her hands, Mulan said, Hua, put some soap on it. It'll be clean when you rub it. Got it, mother. As she spoke, Hua picked up the soap and rubbed it on the stained area. After all, a child's strength was a little weaker, so it was a little strenuous to rub. However, Hua didn't have any complaints. Take it slow. Sister-in-law Mulan. Xiao Yun called out as soon as she entered the courtyard. Mulan was also very happy to see Xiao Yun. He immediately brought a stool over for Xiao Yun to sit down. Xiao Yun looked at Hua and said, Hua is really sensible. She's helping you. Mulan laughed bitterly. If I could, I wouldn't let Hua work. Yesterday, when she was weaving a bamboo basket, she accidentally cut her hand. Now that the wound had split open, it was very painful and she couldn't touch water. We can only let Hua do this kind of wet work. When Hua heard this, her little hand paused. She smiled at Mulan and said, Mother, I'm fine anyway. I'm not tired. Looking at such a sensible child, Xiao Yun was also happy for Mulan. It was okay if life was a little tough, as long as the family was harmonious. The children were all sensible, so naturally, Mulan did not have to worry too much. At the moment, she only wanted to make money. Xiao Yun looked at Mulan's hand, which was wrapped in a piece of white cloth. Weaving bamboo baskets was dangerous to begin with. It didn't seem to be a big deal. Otherwise, the wound would have to be disinfected and bandaged. Chapter 430. Mulan was very excited after hearing this. Yun, is it true? Yes, this ante stall hasn't been sold for a long time, so this time, I spent a lot less money than before. Including the things in the stall, it's a total of 1 to 500 copper coins. In addition, you just have to pay 800 copper coins a year. Xiao Yun had told Mulan about the previous price, so she knew the price. This time, it was indeed a lot less. In that case, the stall could really be opened earlier. Mulan couldn't control her excitement when she thought about it. These days, she wanted to earn more money to buy more delicious food for the children. Now, she finally saw hope. Yun, I'll go with you tomorrow. Mulan said. Xiao Yun nodded. She really needed 2 people to go together. After finishing the documents tomorrow, she had to buy some raw materials for making snacks, such as flour, oil, salt, and so on. The stall would open the day after tomorrow, so these had to be prepared in advance. Sister Mulan, what do you think we should sell? If they wanted business to be good, they had to sell some special things. However, Xiao Yun couldn't think of anything that didn't exist in this era. After being asked by Xiao Yun, Mulan was a little embarrassed. Yun, I don't know much about these things. I'm from the countryside, so I usually eat these things. I don't know what people in the city like to eat. Xiao Yun didn't continue to make things difficult for Mulan. Mulan didn't eat much herself, so she couldn't think of anything delicious. She would go back and think about what to do in the future. Mother, help me wash the diapers. There are almost no diapers left. The voice of Mulan's sister-in-law, Madame Qi, came from Family Zhu's room. Madame Zhu ran out of her room and hurried into Madame Qi's room. Coming. Mrs. Zhu said weakly. Xiao Yun vaguely heard Madame Qi's cursing voice in the room. Mother, aren't you too lazy? He didn't even care about his eldest grandson. He was too heartless. If you don't have diapers, then you can only wet the bed. When the time comes, you'll have to pull off the sheets and help me wash them. Okay. Eldest daughter-in-law, I'll go and take a bath now. Sigh, it's mainly because my waist hurts these 2 days. Otherwise, wouldn't I have taken a bath? In the face of Mrs. Zhu's complaint, Madame Qi didn't take it to heart at all. Instead, she scolded, Mother, even if your waist hurts, you should wash it. I'm still in confinement. I can't wash it, right? The reason why Madame Qi was so arrogant was that she relied on her man's protection. Mrs. Zhu was afraid that the first branch would also argue about the separation. Yes. You rest, I'll go wash up. By the way, Mother, after you're done washing, make me 2 eggs and sugar water to eat. I've been feeling weak these 2 days. Madame Qi ordered again. Mrs. Zhu scolded her eldest daughter-in-law for being greedy in her heart, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only nod and say, Okay, then I'll cook for you. Sister-in-law Mulan, your mother is quite miserable now. Xiao Yun said with a smile, and there was a hint of schadenfreude in her laughter. Didn't Mrs. Zhu bully others too much in the past? Now, there was someone to teach her a lesson. Speaking of this, Mulan seemed to have some sympathy for Mrs. Zhu. Actually, my mother is quite pitiful. My eldest sister-in-law doesn't do anything and leaves everything to my mother. Chapter 431. If Mrs. Zhu hadn't treated Mulan that way, they wouldn't have split up. Mulan nodded and responded. Sympathy was one thing, but sometimes sympathy was useless. She still remembered how Mrs. Zhu treated her before. Mrs. Zhu took out the diaper and saw washing clothes beside the wooden basin. She walked over and threw the diaper aside. She said to Mulan, second daughter-in-law, let wash my diaper too. Mulan was stunned. Was her mother wrong? Let wash it. Her eldest sister-in-law didn't wash it herself, and neither did her mother. Now she had the nerve to let wash it. Was just a child. Seeing that Mulan was about to say something, Mrs. Zhu spoke first, second daughter-in-law, my waist has been hurting badly these 2 days. It's okay for to help wash my diaper. Besides, girls have to do more work from a young age. When she marries into her husband's family in the future, she won't be lazy and be disliked by her husband's family. Xiao Yun only felt that old Madame Zhao was really interesting. She didn't know how she said such things. She sounded reasonable, but it was just nonsense. Mother, my hand is injured. It's already not easy for to wash my clothes. Where does get the strength to help you wash it? Why can't she? Isn't good at washing it? If you don't want to, then don't. Why are you making excuses? Mrs. Zhu said and rolled her eyes at Mulan in displeasure. Mulan took a few deep breaths. She had never seen such an unreasonable person. She even sympathized with her eldest sister-in-law for bullying her. Now, her mother-in-law came to bully her daughter. Fortunately, they had split up back then. Otherwise, her heir Hua would really have to help wash her diaper today. Mother, my eldest sister-in-law doesn't wash it herself. Why should my heir Hua help her? Now that we're separated, my family won't intervene in your affairs anyway, and I won't wash your diapers for you. Mulan's attitude became very firm. Zhao Yun watched from the side and smiled. Mulan should be like this. She should be tough so that Mrs. Zhu wouldn't think that she was a pushover. You. Mrs. Zhu pointed at Mulan angrily. After being bullied by his first daughter-in-law, he now had to be bullied by his second daughter-in-law. How did our family Zhu marry such an unfilial daughter-in-law? Old man, why don't you take me down with you? I can't take it anymore. Mrs. Zhu's crying was just to attract people to come over and see her miserable state. She wanted to see if anyone could speak up for her. It was obvious that what she had done was wrong. Now that the truth was known, she should be the one to be scolded. Mrs. Family Zhu, you're wrong. If you want to talk about unfilial, your first daughter-in-law lying in the room is the most unfilial. Your waist is already hurting, but she still asked you to wash the diapers. Mulan's hand is injured, and heir Hua is just a child. You're separated from the family, so she has no obligation to help you at all, Zhao Yun scolded. If you shout so loudly when the neighbors come over later, I'm afraid that your first daughter-in-law is shameless and unfilial. You've been doing confinement for several months, but you still let your mother-in-law do this kind of thing. Zhao Yun deliberately raised her voice to let Mrs. Qi in the room hear this sentence. Sure enough, after Madame Qi heard this, she immediately rushed out of the house and scolded old Madame Zhu. Chapter 432. Old hag, are you doing this on purpose? Do you want people to scold me? How can you be so evil? Madame Qi said as she pushed Mrs. Zhu. Mrs. Zhu's body couldn't withstand Madame Qi's push. She sat on the ground and cried out, ouch, ouch. Mrs. Zhu had a bad fall and looked a little pitiful, but Mulan had no intention of helping her. In the end, she was bitterly disappointed in Mrs. Zhu. In the past, she was used to being weak and didn't know how to resist, so she was bullied. Now that she thought it through, if she was too weak, she would be bullied, and even her child would be bullied. When Madame Qi heard Mrs. Zhu's cry, she said unhappily, "Can you stop yelling? When people really come later, are you going to say that I pushed you? You evil old hag." Mrs. Zhu only felt aggrieved in the face of the angry Madame Qi, but she didn't dare to say anything. She could only pout and say, "Eldest daughter-in-law, I won't yell anymore, okay? Help me up, I can't get up." Madame Qi glared at Mrs. Zhu. "Old hag, hurry up and wash your diapers when you get up. Don't yell so much that the whole village will hear you. If you gossip about me, I'll make sure you get it. Okay." Mrs. Zhu bit her lower lip and almost cried. Mulan sighed and didn't say anything else. In fact, Mrs. Zhu often used such beatings and scoldings on her. However, Mrs. Zhu probably didn't expect that such an encounter would happen to her one day. After Madame Qi finished speaking, she glanced indifferently at Zhao Yun, and Mulan and left. She knew that her second sister-in-law wouldn't say anything. Because she treated old Madame Zhu like this, she reckoned that old Madame Zhu was happy in her heart. After Madame Qi entered the room, Zhao Yun smiled and whispered into Mulan's ear, "Your sister-in-law is quite interesting." Mulan pursed her lips. Her sister-in-law didn't think so in the past, but now, she felt that it was lazy, delicious, and fierce. But there was nothing she could do. She couldn't say anything. Mrs. Zhu pitifully got up from the ground and picked up the diaper on the ground. Then, she took out a wooden basin and began to scrub it. She was afraid that she would be scolded again if she was late. Sister-in-law Mulan, if there's nothing else, I'll take my leave first. I'll come to your house tomorrow to pick you up and we'll go to Yang City together. Mulan nodded. All right. Yuner, you can go back to your work. Yes. Zhao Yuner went back to prepare dinner. In any case, Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu had helped to build the wooden shed, so they should be rewarded. Actually, treating these two well was also to show the rest of old Zhao's family. If they got along well with the third branch, it would only benefit them. If it was like before, they wouldn't benefit at all. Zhao Yuner was in a hurry to go to Yang City this time, so she didn't go to the market to buy pork. But there was bacon at home. She went to Auntie Lu's house to ask for some garlic and prepared to stir-fry bacon with garlic. It tasted very good. She also prepared to catch a few bullfrogs. Although this thing wasn't for sale now, it didn't mean that she couldn't eat it. It would definitely taste delicious if she cooked it. There were still some eggs at home. She made a bowl of egg soup and a plate of scrambled eggs with chili. These dishes were definitely very sumptuous in the countryside. Daodu, let's go catch bullfrogs. Zhao Yuner called out. Chapter 433. The two children were a little excited. After all, it was a serious matter and fun. Catch more today. Let's eat it ourselves. Zhao Yun said. When she caught it before, she wanted to sell it for more money, so she didn't keep it and sold it. However, the two of them liked to eat it. Hearing Zhao Yun say so, the two children nodded. Okay, mother. Second sister, I know. Several people came to the field. Zhao Yun really wanted to take some wild vegetables back. After entering spring, the plants grew quickly. The fields were all green and there were all kinds of grasses growing in them. Daodu, you and little uncle go catch bullfrogs. Mother will go pick some wild vegetables. Seeing that the two children were already searching in the field, Zhao Yun was also busy looking for wild vegetables. The sooner she finished, the sooner she could go home to cook. On a piece of land near the foot of the mountain, it was full of weeds. Zhao Yun's sharp eyes found a large clump of duckfoot grass. This duckfoot grass was a kind of wild vegetable that grew in the mountains. Because its leaves were in the shape of 3 petals, it was somewhat like the sole of a duck's foot, so it was called this. The special thing was that when the duckfoot grass was picked, it would emit a strong fragrance. It smelled very good. In addition to being fried as a dish, this duckfoot grass could also be used as medicine. Because it had cooling and reducing internal heat, anti-inflammatory and blood pressure effects, and its nutritional value was particularly high. It was rich in vitamin content. When Zhao Yun found it, her eyes lit up. It was estimated that the people in the village didn't know this kind of grass, so no one picked it to eat. Zhao Yun carried a basket and picked a lot. It just so happened that these 2 days, her father and brother were doing heavy work in the field. They were also exposed to the sun, so it was easy for them to get heaty. Eating this thing could clear the internal heat and was also nutritious. It was good for the children to eat it. They also needed to supplement nutrition and vitamins. Looking at the large piece of grass at the foot of the mountain, it was a pity that people couldn't eat it. In addition to eating it, this kind of vegetable was also excellent for feeding pigs. It was also nutritious for pigs to eat and it was easy to gain weight. If he could raise a few pigs and feed them with this wild grass, he could save a lot of food. However, she did not have the time to raise pigs, but she could discuss it with her mother. In any case, they had already separated from the main family. Bringing back 2 piglets to raise would also belong to the 3rd branch. During the new year, not only could he sell it for money, but he could also eat pork. There were also many people in the countryside who raised pigs. After Zhao Yuner finished picking a basket, she got up and went back. On the way back, she bumped into Gooden, who was playing in the fields with other children in the village. As soon as he bumped into Zhao Yuner, he just glanced at her and left without greeting her. Zhao Yuner was stunned. Previously, Gooden was more polite when he saw her. Could it be that he felt that her mother's imprisonment had something to do with her, so he ignored her? Just as Zhao Yun was thinking about this, she heard a child shout, "Gooden, my mother said that she harmed your mother. Why don't you settle the score with her? If it were me, I would beat her to death and scold her to death. She's too evil. How dare she frame your mother? That's right, Gooden. She's a bad woman who harmed your mother." These children's words fell into Zhao Yuner's ears. Chapter 434. Gooden, you're such a coward. He harmed your mother and you're not even going to take revenge for her. A child began to mock Gooden. If it weren't for the fact that he was a child and Zhao Yun was afraid that others would say that she was bullying him, she would have rushed out to beat him up. Damn it, how did his parents teach him? Gooden huffed at the child. Stop talking. I'm going to ignore you if you keep talking. I'm not going to play with you anymore. After saying that, Eggface walked forward angrily. With this roar, no child dared to say anything. Gooden was considered the king of the children. He was quite good at fighting, so the children in the village were afraid of him. However, the more afraid they were, the more they liked to play with him. Zhao Yun sighed. She didn't know what to say. Actually, she didn't want Gooden to hold a grudge against her. There was no point in thinking about it now. Zhao Yun was too lazy to think about it. As they continued walking, Daodu's scream suddenly rang out. Zhao Yun hurriedly ran over. Before Zhao Yun arrived, Gooden had already rushed to Daodu's side. Gooden pulled Daodu behind him and used a tree branch to hit the ground. It was a water snake. Under Gooden's beating, the water snake slipped away. Although this type of snake wasn't very poisonous, it was still a snake. It was normal for Daodu to be afraid. When Zhao Yun saw Daodu, Daodu's little face was ashen. When he saw Zhao Yun coming over, Daodu hurriedly dove into Zhao Yun's embrace. Mother, all right, Daodu, don't be afraid. It's already been chased away. Zhao Yun patted Daodu's back to comfort him. Mother, the snake is so big, Mother knows that Daodu is afraid. All right, let's not catch bullfrogs anymore. Let's go back. Zhao Yun said softly. It was the beginning of spring, and the snakes that were hibernating slowly crawled out. Therefore, it was normal for them to encounter snakes in the fields. Gooden was used to it, so naturally, he wasn't that afraid. Zhao Yun said to Gooden, Gooden, thank you for saving Daodu. In the face of Zhao Yun taking the initiative to start a conversation, Gooden didn't know how to respond. Gooden, can Adyan speak with you? Zhao Yun's voice softened. Gooden looked up at Zhao Yun and nodded at Zhao Yun. Go Dan. Do you believe that Adyan harmed your mother? Gooden nodded and then shook his head. He wasn't sure himself. He felt that Zhao Yun wouldn't harm his mother, but the surrounding people all said that Zhao Yun did it. His father and grandmother all said the same thing. It can't be that everyone was lying, Gooden. You're still young. There are many things that you don't understand. However, Aunt Yun can tell you for sure that Aunt Yun didn't harm your mother. Do you remember that Aunt Yun told you that toads are poisonous and can't be caught? Think about it again. Didn't your mother let you catch a lot of them? Zhao Yun didn't say the rest of her words. She was afraid that if she said it too bluntly, it would make Gooden's impression of his mother even worse. No one wants their own mother to be a bad person. Gooden was very smart and understood Zhao Yun's meaning. He lowered his head and seemed to be thinking about something. After a while, he said, "Aunt Yun, I believe you." Zhao Yun patted Gooden's head. "No matter if you have any complaints towards Aunt Yun still thinks that you're a good child. Also, thank you for protecting Daodu today." Chapter 435. Zhao Yun sighed as she watched Gooden leave. It was normal for this child to feel estranged. No matter how bad Qin Hailan was, she was still his mother. Whether or not Qin Hailan was harmed by Zhao Yun, it was still related to Zhao Yun, "Let's go, Daodu, Tianfu," Zhao Yun said to the two children. Although they didn't catch a lot of bullfrogs, it was enough to cook a big plate. Zhao Yun returned home and handled the bullfrogs neatly. Then, she began to prepare dinner. Daodu and Zhao Tianfu helped to light the fire. After a while, Liang Jinqiao came over. She could even help with the cooking. The mother and daughter were busy in the kitchen. Liang Jinqiao washed and cut the vegetables while Zhao Yun cooked. It was the first time she had seen Zhao Yun cook so well. The vegetables were put into the pot and fiddled with it a few times. Immediately, a fragrant smell came out. "Yun, your cooking skills are really good. The vegetables are so fragrant." Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but praise. "Mother, there's some rapeseed oil in the vegetables. How can it not be fragrant? In the past, you didn't use oil when cooking." "That's true. There's no oil or flavor in the vegetables. But oil is expensive. Your grandmother can't bear to let us use more." "It's okay, Mother. In the future, when we have money, we can eat more oil. There's no need to be too frugal. Tianan and Tianfu are still growing. Father is also tired from working." Yes. I know, Yun. As Zhao Yun spoke, she poured the chopped chili and eggs into the pot. Instantly, a choking smell came out. Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but cough a few times. He was choked by the smell. "Yuner, it's really choking. But at the same time, I feel that the smell of it is very appetizing." Zhao Yuner smiled. "That's right. Scrambled eggs with chili. It goes well with rice and wine. It's perfect for father and fourth uncle to drink." Liang Jinqiao sighed. "But there's no wine at home. I can't give it to your father and fourth uncle. Your grandfather does have it, but he definitely won't be able to get it." "It's okay, Mother. I have some here." Zhao Yun brought back several jugs of white wine from the Shitzi estate. He was going to drink with Mu Lianfeng when he came over. In addition, some dishes can also be cooked with wine. Anyway, white wine wouldn't expire, so it didn't matter if he kept it at home. "Yuner, you still have wine at home?" Liang Jinqiao was secretly surprised. I happen to have some. It's all good wine. Bring a jar over later." "Okay." Liang Jinqiao nodded. "By the way, Yuner, your second aunt said that she will ask a matchmaker to find a marriage for your cousin Jing. If she finds a good one, she can marry him. After all, she's already 16 years old. I was wondering if I should ask a matchmaker to help you ask around in the surrounding villages. If there's a suitable one, you can consider it too." Liang Jinqiao thought that there was nothing going on between Zhao Yuner and Mu Lianfeng. Moreover, there was a huge gap between their statuses, so there shouldn't be anything going on between them. When Zhao Yuner heard this, she paused what she was doing and said to Liang Jinqiao, "Mother, don't worry about me. I'm living quite well with Daoda now. If you want to worry, you should worry about Sister Ping. She's older than me and doesn't have any children. It's much more practical to find a marriage for her. Zhao Yun'er immediately pushed this matter to Zhao Ping. A woman like Zhao Ping was detestable at home. It would be better if she got married. Chapter 436. After hearing what Zhao Yun said, Liang Jinchao thought about it and agreed. Her eldest daughter was not young and was not married yet. If she delayed any longer, she would not be able to get married for the rest of her life and would be wasted at home. Actually, she did not mind. At most, she would raise her daughter for the rest of her life. However, if her daughter really stayed at home, she would inevitably be gossiped about in the village. It would not be good for their family and Zhaoping. Liang Jinchao nodded and said, "Then I'll ask the matchmaker to help our families Ping. I hope she can find a marriage partner." The two children also heard the conversation between Zhao Yun and Liang Jinchao. Zhao Tianfu said, "Mother, I think eldest sister will definitely not be able to get married. Eldest sister is too ugly. It's scary just looking at her." Daodu also chimed in, "Grandmother, eldest aunt is also fierce. She's always fierce to Daodu. No one will like her." Zhao Yun did not know whether to laugh or cry at the two children's words. Liang Jinchao was the same. He nagged at Zhao Yun, "Look, we haven't found a person yet, but the two children are already talking about it. Sai Ping's appearance is not likable, and her personality is not good. It is indeed a bit difficult to find a husband." However, Zhao Yun smiled and said, "If we really can't find one, then we'll just make do with someone who is suitable. No matter how bad older sister Ping is, she is still a woman. There are many bachelors. How can she not get married?" Liang Jinchao sighed, "That's the only way. If it's not too bad, then we'll just let her get married." Zhao Yun nodded. In her heart, she could not wait for Zhao Ping to get married quickly. Once she was married, she would not be able to cause any trouble. After the meal was ready, they put it in a basket and carried it to the third branch. In the evening, old Zhao's family members had returned from their work in the fields and were resting in the courtyard. As soon as Zhao Yun'er arrived, the courtyard was filled with the aroma of food. Especially the aroma of meat. The aroma of the salted meat was even stronger, making old Zhao's family members drool. Especially the delicious food from old Zhao's house. They couldn't wait to snatch the food and eat it themselves. "Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, second cousin, you all come in and eat." Zhao Yun greeted. The three of them smiled shyly and didn't decline the offer. After entering the room of the third room, he arranged for a table and sat down. Zhao Yun placed the cooked dishes on the table. Seeing the food and wine, the uncle and nephew couldn't help but sigh. What a sumptuous dinner tonight, they thought it was just a casual meal. They didn't expect the dishes to be so good. There really was meat. The bacon stir-fried with garlic was sliced into thin slices. One look and one could tell that it was very delicious. There's also wine. This wine is really fragrant. It's much more fragrant than the wine made by our family. Of course, it's obvious that it was bought by Yun, right? How can the wine from our countryside compare? Haha, that's true. Then we're really lucky today. As they talked, they had already sat down. Liang Jinchao prepared the bowls and chopsticks and asked them to hurry up and eat. Did the little girl Yun make all these dishes? Or third sister-in-law? Zhao Wentao asked. Liang Jinchao smiled and replied, Yun made them. I didn't even interfere. Yun is really amazing. Her cooking is really good. The best dishes I've ever eaten are the ones you made today. Chapter 437. Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, stop praising. Hurry up and eat. Otherwise, the dishes will get cold, Zhao Yun said. Okay. Let's eat. Today's feast is really sumptuous. It's a good meal. Us brothers are also having a good time, Zhao Wentao said with a smile. Zhao Yun liked Zhao Wentao's candid personality very much. Among the brothers, her fourth uncle was her favorite. Her eldest and second brother were too weird. Her father was a steamed bun. Her fifth brother was not the steamed bun. Because of his studies, he was more rigid. Only her fourth uncle was slightly more rebellious. Sometimes, he would even argue with Hu Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan. Third sister-in-law, sit down and eat too. Zhao Wenqing said. Liang Jinchao waved her hand. No. You guys eat. I'll stand. You men are drinking at the table. It's okay, third sister-in-law. Let's sit down and eat together. It's really okay. You guys eat. We can just stand and eat. Liang Jinchao insisted. The table was already small. With the four men sitting on each side, there was no space. Sometimes, old Zhao's women were not allowed to sit at the table. She was used to it. Third sister-in-law, we'll eat then. Eat. The aroma of the dishes and the strong aroma of the wine made the people outside the room salivate. Zhao Wenshui said, not only are the dishes delicious, but the wine is even more fragrant. I can tell that it's good wine just by smelling it. Big brother, it's a pity that we can't drink it. Zhao Wenshi snorted. It's all because of that Yun. I've never seen such a bad girl. Sigh, if I had known, would have helped third brother today. Maybe I could have gotten a drink now. Forget it. If you helped, I might not let you drink it. The aroma of the wine is too alluring. Big brother, why don't we go in and ask for a drink? If we don't eat, why don't we just have a glass of wine? You going? Zhao Wenshi replied. Anyway, he was not going. Although he wanted to drink, he was not as thick-skinned as Zhao Wenshui. The main thing was that if the other party didn't give it to him, how embarrassing would that be? Let's go together. Big brother, it's not good for her to reject the two of them, don't you think? I'm not going. He definitely won't give it to you. Second brother, you'd better not think about it. Sigh. Zhao Wenshui sighed and couldn't help swallowing his saliva. It would be fine if he didn't see it, but the fragrance couldn't be covered up. It was hard not to smell it. Li Chuiying and Zhao Wenshui felt the same way. Seeing the third branch eat and drink well, they felt uneasy. She had thought that the three branches would have to live a hard life after separating from the main family, but in the end, she had miscalculated. Therefore, he could not help but nudge Hu Chunhua beside him. Mother, although the third branch has been separated, you are still the elder. After separating, the son still has to support his parents. No matter what, third brother and the others should send you some delicious food and let father have a drink. Only they are eating. They are too heartless. It would have been fine if Li Chuiying did not say it, but when Li Chuiying said it, Hu Chunhua felt that this was the case. He gave birth to an ingrate. He has forgotten his parents' good food and drink. He also doesn't remember who raised him. Hu Chunhua raised her voice. Her tone was full of dissatisfaction. With such a loud voice, the people in the room also heard it. The brothers who were drinking looked very embarrassed. It was a bit wrong. They were brothers drinking. Shouldn't they also call Zhao Baoshan over? Chapter 438. Zhao Yun nodded. So be it. It doesn't matter if there's one more person. As long as it's not her eldest uncle and second uncle. Those two people are too disgusting. Seeing Zhao Yun nod, Zhao Wenhua heaved a sigh of relief. He was most afraid that Zhao Yun wouldn't agree. Then I'll go call them, Zhao Wenhua said. With that, Zhao Wenhua walked out of the room and called Zhao Baoshan in. Zhao Baoshan was a little embarrassed at first, so he refused. Third brother, this isn't appropriate, right? I didn't help at all. You guys can just drink. It's okay, father. Let's go and have a drink. Zhao Wenhua tugged at Zhao Baoshan. Hui Chunhua nagged, just go. Why are you being so pretentious? Although we're separated, it's right for third brother to ask you to drink. Zhao Baoshan was also attracted by the fragrance of the dishes and wine. Since Zhao Wenhua and Hui Chunhua said so, he nodded. Zhao Baoshan also wanted to go in to drink. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, who were sitting in the courtyard, were even more anxious. Zhao Wenshui couldn't help but say, Third brother, all the men in our family are drinking. It's just me and your eldest brother. Anyway, 2 more people won't make a difference. Why don't you bring the 2 of us? Originally, Zhao Wenshi was too embarrassed to say these words, but since Zhao Wenshui said it, he responded in passing. Zhao Wenhua naturally didn't expect Zhao Wenshui to have the nerve to say it. It wouldn't be nice if he didn't respond, so he could only pretend that he didn't hear it. However, Zhao Wenshui also played dumb. Zhao Wenhua didn't respond, so he took it as agreement. He continued to follow them into the room of the third branch. When he saw the dishes on the table, he immediately rushed over. Second uncle, what are you doing? Zhao Yun asked coldly. Drinking. All the men in our family are drinking together. Your father also agreed. Zhao Wenshui answered. As he spoke, he picked up the wine cup on the table and took a sip. After tasting it, he exclaimed in admiration, Not bad, not bad. It tastes really good. It's indeed much better than the wine in our family. Third brother, where did you get such delicious wine? Zhao Yun stared at Zhao Wenshui. She couldn't stand it anymore. How can there be such a weirdo? Second brother, I didn't ask you to come here. But I just told you. I didn't agree. Third brother, isn't it unkind of you to do this? You've already called all the men in our family over to drink. How can you leave me and your elder brother behind? How can you do this? And he even said that he was a brother. So stingy. Zhao Wenshui scolded. Zhao Yunhua's ears turned a little red. After all, he was a man, and he cared more about his face. Of course, he felt uncomfortable being criticized by his own brother. If Zhao Wenshui was really thick-skinned and insisted on staying to drink, he couldn't do anything about it. Knowing that Zhao Wenhua couldn't say anything, Zhao Yun put her hands on her waist and said fiercely, Second uncle, you can't say that. I invited fourth uncle and second cousin over because they helped my parents today. I invited fifth uncle over because he had been running around a lot these days because of my matter. I invited grandpa over because grandpa was an elder after all. Even though we had separated from the family, he still had to show filial piety in some places. Chapter 439. Zhao Wenshui felt humiliated by her blatant attempt to drive him away. Third brother, say something. As a father, how can you let your daughter interrupt us? Second uncle, please get this straight. The wine is mine, and so are the dishes. Even if my father agrees, it doesn't matter. Hurry up and leave, or I'll hit you. Zhao Yun's voice became colder. She was trying to persuade him. If Zhao Wenshui was still shameless, she would really hit him. Zhao Wenshui was annoyed by Zhao Yun, Jr., and said angrily, I'm not leaving today. Let's see what you can do to me. With that, Zhao Wenshui sat down on the stool. He didn't believe that Zhao Yun, a woman, could do anything to him. Zhao Yun's eyes turned cold. Since you don't want face, then there's nothing I can do about it. Zhao Yun walked up to Zhao Wenshui, grabbed him by the collar, and threw him out of the door. Ouch! Zhao Wenshui fell heavily to the ground and tumbled. The men in the room looked at Zhao Yun in shock. This girl was too strong. She lifted him up as if he was a chicken. She didn't use any strength at all. Tianyu's father, how are you? Oh, this girl, how can she be so ruthless? Li Chuiying rushed to Zhao Wenshui's side and shouted. He hurriedly helped Zhao Wenshui up. Just by looking at it, he could feel the pain from the fall. Zhao Yun frowned and warned him in disgust. Second uncle, I hope you know what's good for you in the future. Otherwise, you won't have a good time. Zhao Wenshui cowered in a second. After he fell, he became clear-headed. Zhao Yun was different from before. She couldn't be easily provoked. Thus, he patted the dirt off his body and muttered, "If you don't want to eat, then don't eat. You really think your food is a treasure, stingy bastard." Zhao Wenshui's words and his expression made Zhao Yun not know whether to laugh or cry. This Zhao Wenshui was really interesting. He had a childish temperament. When Zhao Wenshui saw that even Zhao Wenshui was defeated, he didn't dare to continue. It didn't matter if she missed a meal, but being beaten up like that by Zhao Yun was really embarrassing. Because of Zhao Yun's appearance, the commotion finally ended. The men in the room continued to sit down and eat. As for Zhao Yun's way of doing things, she didn't have much of an opinion. After all, they had separated from the main family, and each of them lived their own lives. The third branch could invite whoever they wanted to eat over. Come, let's continue drinking. Father, I'll fill it up for you. Yun's cooking is really good. Father, eat this bacon, it's really fragrant. The men ate happily. The children, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinqiao all stood to eat. If they wanted to eat, they could just pick up the food before the table. It was nothing. After a while, Zhao Ping came back from outside. They didn't know where she had gone to play. Zhao Yun looked up and glanced at Zhao Ping's appearance. She couldn't help but spit out the mouthful of rice in her mouth. Zhao Ping was holding a bouquet of wildflowers in her hand. There were all kinds of wildflowers, and there was a big one by her ear. The flowers were beautiful, but her face didn't match such beautiful flowers. The problem was that Zhao Ping didn't think so. Instead, she thought that she was very beautiful. She was a little coquettish. Zhao Yun couldn't help but ridicule in her heart. How could some people not have any self-awareness at all? Chapter 440. Mother, do I look good like this? Zhao Ping asked Liang Jinqiao shyly. Liang Jinqiao did not know how to answer. If he told her the truth, he would definitely hurt his eldest daughter's heart. However, if he did not tell the truth, he could not go against his conscience and tell Zhao Ping that she looked good. Otherwise, Zhao Ping would continue to wear a red flower in her ear and be laughed at wherever she went. Liang Jinqiao did not answer Zhao Ping's question, but Zhao Yun covered her mouth and could not help but laugh. Hearing Zhao Yun's laughter, Zhao Ping felt that Yun was laughing at her. She glared at Zhao Yun angrily and asked, Zhao Yun what are you laughing at? What do you think I'm laughing at? Zhao Yun asked in return. You must be laughing at me. Then tell me, what is it about you that is worth laughing at? Or do you think that you are ridiculous? Otherwise, you would not ask this question, right? Zhao Ping did not know how to respond to Zhao Yun's words. She could not win against her with words. You are not allowed to laugh at me. If I find out, see how I will deal with you. Zhao Ping warned. I am too lazy to laugh at you. Let her continue to be so narcissistic. It would be good if more people saw her like this and laughed at her. She would find out the truth in a few days. By then, it would be too late to find a hole to hide in. Zhao Ping composed herself and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, Xiao Feng and I went to the field to pick flowers today. She said that I look good like this. If I go out with this flower in my ear and wear nice clothes, there will definitely be men who like me. When Zhao Ping said this, she was not embarrassed at all. Instead, she was a little excited and expectant. He had taken her words for real. The Xiao Feng that Zhao Ping mentioned was called Ma Xiaofeng, a villager. His mother was a widow with him and his brother. Ma Xiaofeng was only 16 this year, but her family was poor, so she wasn't very well liked in the village. Zhao Ping was ugly, so she was not very popular. Perhaps the two of them were in the same boat, so they walked closer to each other. When Zhao Yun heard Zhao Ping's words, she couldn't help but laugh. Her sister was really pitiful. It turned out that she wanted to dress up nicely because she wanted men to take a fancy to her. But how could he not know what kind of person he was? And that Ma Xiaofeng. She went against her conscience and said those things to Zhao Ping. She was sure that Ma Xiaofeng was not a good person. Her sixth sense told her that Ma Xiaofeng was not a good person. Liang Jinxiao glared at Zhao Ping. There were men in the house. How could she say such things? Mother, what's wrong with you? You're a girl. Don't you know how to be shy? You say anything. Mother. Xiao Feng was the one who told me, not me. I do look much better like this, right? Liang Jinxiao's mouth twitched. He avoided this answer and called Zhao Ping. It's time to eat. Come and eat. There are so many delicious dishes today. When she heard that there were delicious dishes, Zhao Ping immediately threw everything to the back of her mind. She glanced at the dishes on the table and her eyes lit up. There were indeed many good dishes. Chapter 441. You little girl, you're already an adult. Why do you still need others to call you when you're eating? Who would know where you are if you went out to play? Liang Jinxiao retorted. She felt a little helpless and her tone towards Zhao Ping became a little harsh. After all, Zhao Ping was already an adult, yet she was still immature. This made her feel very uncomfortable. Anyway, it's your fault that you didn't call me. Fortunately, I came back early. Otherwise, you would have probably eaten it all. Zhao Ping snorted softly. You child, mother, hurry up and scoop rice for me. I want to eat too. Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, okay. I'll scoop rice for you. However, Xiao Yun grabbed Liang Jinxiao and said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, she wants to eat. Let her scoop rice for herself. As an elder, how can you help her scoop rice? It's not like you don't have hands. After Xiao Yun said that, Liang Jinxiao felt that it was inappropriate for her to scoop rice for Zhao Ping. Xiao Yun, what do you mean by this? Meddling in other people's business. Zhao Ping was angered by Xiao Yun again. She felt that Xiao Yun was deliberately going against her. Zhao Ping, you're already an adult, yet you still need your mother to serve you. Aren't you ashamed? If you want to eat, scoop rice for yourself. Otherwise, don't eat. Xiao Yun said fiercely. Why should I? Zhao Ping muttered and looked at Liang Jinchao again. Mother, look at Xiao Yun. She's too much. Aren't you going to do something about it? Zhao Ping, I made all the dishes today. They're from my family. If you continue to be long-winded, you won't be able to eat a single bite. Xiao Yun said coldly. Zhao Ping was a little willful, but she wasn't a complete fool. After stomping her feet angrily, she obediently picked up the bowl and scooped a bowl of rice for herself. Then, she walked towards the table. Second cousin, move to the side. Let me sit there too. I want to sit and eat. Ah. Zhao Tianhu looked at such a small stool. How could the two of them sit? Sensing Zhao Tianhu's awkwardness, Liang Jinchao said, That's enough, Ping, don't sit down. We're all eating standing. Your father and the others drinking. But what? Mother and I can stand, but you can't. Xiao Yun rolled her eyes at Zhao Pinger standing. Zhao Pinger squeezed her body onto the table and began to pick up food with her chopsticks. She scooped up more than half of the remaining bacon and put it into her bowl. She also scooped up a lot of scrambled eggs with chili. When Zhao Yun saw this, she immediately flared up. It wasn't appropriate for the people at the table to criticize Zhao Ping, but Zhao Yun wasn't. No matter how she looked at her sister, she didn't like her. She started scolding her coldly again. Zhao Yun, are you a pig? Can't you see that so many people are eating? You've taken all the good food. What else is there to eat? Zhao Ping was also angry. She slammed the bowl and chopsticks on the table. Zhao Yun, you're going against me. You just don't want me to eat, right? Just say it. At most, I won't eat. With that, Zhao Ping ran out angrily. Everyone in the room was stunned. This child's temper was getting worse. Actually, when Zhao Ping scooped up the food, they felt uncomfortable, but they couldn't say it out loud. They didn't expect Zhao Yun to say it. Zhao Ping had such a bad temper. She didn't eat and ran out. Chapter 442. Zhao Wentao was a little worried. Nothing will happen to that girl, right? What can happen? She has a temper. She'll be fine after her temper passes. That's good. Sigh, Ping can't be like this. She's still throwing tantrums like a child. She's so insensible. I'll ask her mother to arrange for her to get married. After she gets married, she'll be fine after she's educated by her in-laws. Zhao Wenhua didn't have the intention to let Zhao Ping get married either. Now, he made up his mind. The men drank and chatted. They didn't take Zhao Ping's anger to heart. Xiao Yun finished eating and went back with Daodu. She went to bed early that night. She planned to go to town the next day. After washing up, Xiao Yun lay on the bed and started thinking about snacks. After going to town to take a look, she realized that there were many snacks from the 21st century here. In addition to making snacks that people here liked, she also wanted to make snacks that people here hadn't eaten before. Xiao Yun thought about it and ordered a few snacks that she hadn't seen in Yang City before. She ordered fried dough sticks, wontons, fried noodles, and shumai. As for the snacks that she had eaten before, she sold some buns, dumplings, and noodles. In her previous life, Xiao Yun liked to eat fried dough sticks and drink a cup of soy milk in the morning. The fried dough sticks were fragrant, crispy, and delicious. As for the soy milk, it was fragrant and nutritious. People in this era rarely drank soy milk in the morning, but she could give it a try. She would grind some soy milk later. If it sold well, she would grind more soy milk in the future. If no one bought it, she wouldn't sell it in the future. After arranging everything, Xiao Yun fell asleep in a short while. The next morning, Xiao Yun woke up early and went to Mulan's place. The two of them drove the little donkey to Yang City. The woman in charge of the stall also came early and waited for Xiao Yun. The two of them found a gentleman, told him the conditions, and prepared the documents. Both of them pressed their fingerprints, one for each of them, and stored it away. Before they left, the woman explained some things about the stall. In addition to the stall, there were tables, chairs, and a stove. There was also a small room near the stall. When they closed the stall, they could put the items in the room and lock it up to prevent theft. It would save Xiao Yun the trouble of bringing them home. Xiao Yun's mother. Thank you, Auntie. Haha, now I can finally go back and serve my wife. I'm so happy. Yun, let's work hard. We'll definitely earn a lot of money. Xiao Yun smiled. Of course. The snacks she made were much better than the woman's. Since her business was so good, she naturally wouldn't be too bad. Sister-in-law Mulan, let's go. Let's go shopping. Okay, Yun. Mulan followed her excitedly. The advantage of having a little donkey was that they could put whatever they bought on it. She didn't have to carry it herself. Chapter 443. In addition, she bought some oil, salt, spices, vegetables, and the like. She bought 5 caddies of pork at once, and the boss of the meat shop gave her some big bones. There was no meat on the big bones, and there was no oil, so the ancient people did not like it. But in the 21st century, the big bone soup was very nutritious, and the price was a little higher than the price of ordinary meat. If the soup was stewed with this big bone soup, it would definitely taste good. Xiao Yun asked, Boss, if I buy meat and big bones from you every day, can you lower the price? Miss, if you can buy so much every day, I can definitely lower the price for you. The boss said with a smile. How can it be cheaper? Miss, I can give you a discount of 1 copper coin for the pork and big bones. That is, the pork will be 14 copper coins per caddy, and the big bones will be 2 copper coins per caddy. Miss, what do you think? Xiao Yun thought about it and felt that it was very cost-effective. After all, many little drops make a mickle. When the time came, she could save a lot. The price of the meat on this stall was about the same. Xiao Yun came a few times and compared the prices. This stall was more generous. So the meat on this stall was sold faster than other stalls. In this way, the meat would definitely be fresher than other stalls. Okay, boss, then I will patronize your business in the future. Good. Give me another 5 caddies of big bones. Okay. The boss quickly picked out 5 caddies, picked out the bones with more meat, and gave them to Xiao Yun. After paying the money readily, Xiao Yun carried these things and put them in the car. Today's big purchase cost more than 500 copper coins. Fortunately, the stall was full. Otherwise, although the other things were not very expensive, the pots and pans would cost a lot. The most important thing was that it took more time to buy those things. Sister-in-law Mulan, let's go back. Xiao Yun said. Okay. Mulan nodded. Seeing that Xiao Yun had bought so many big bones, she was somewhat puzzled. She asked, Yun, what are you buying these big bones for? Stew the soup. Tomorrow, I'll cook noodles with some bone broth. It'll definitely taste good. This thing isn't expensive and the cost is low, but it can be boiled in a big pot. Mulan nodded. I see. You can also eat it yourself. Sister-in-law Mulan, your children are still growing. Boil some big bones for them to drink and nourish their bodies. there was no nutritious food at home. If the children didn't eat well, it would be difficult for them to grow taller. You can take a few back later. Mulan thought about her 3 children. They were indeed skinny and didn't gain any weight. It's just that his family isn't well off, so there's nothing good to eat. In the past, he didn't know how to buy big bones. Although the price was cheap, the villagers felt that there was no oil or water, so there wasn't much nutrition. Now that Zhao Yun has said it, it seemed that this thing was very nutritious. Yuner, is this big bone really that good? Of course. The bone broth has high nutritional value. It's more nourishing than eating meat directly. Okay, then I'll take 2 back to stew. If it was something expensive, Mulan would be embarrassed to accept it. 2 copper coins per caddy was quite cheap. Okay. The carriage stopped in the courtyard of Mulan's house. Zhao Yun picked 3 big bones with the most meat on them and gave them to Mulan. Chapter 444. Okay. After all, the 2 of them still had to prepare for tomorrow's breakfast. Some things needed to be done today, such as wrapping the buns, wrapping the wontons, and boiling the bone soup in the evening. Otherwise, if they waited until tomorrow morning, it would be too late. Since they had time during the day, they could sleep a little more in the morning. Otherwise, they would have to wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. When Zhao Yun returned home, Daodu was playing in the courtyard with Zhao Tianfu. Looking at the 2 children playing happily, Zhao Yun's mouth also hung a smile. Little He had grown a little. When Daodu ran, Little He chased after him. Woof woof woof, the little puppy suddenly turned its head and looked in Zhao Yun's direction. Sure enough, the dog's ears were sensitive and it heard the sound from afar. After Daodu heard Zhao Yun's movements, he also looked in Zhao Yun's direction. Mother, Zhao Yun put down the things and sent some rice, noodles, oil, and salt to Liang Jinxiao's place. After they separated from the family, old Zhao's family didn't give much of these things to the 3rd branch. In addition, Zhao Yun also brought some bones over for Liang Jinxiao to stew. The 3rd branch could drink bone soup. Daodu, go to grandmother's place first. When you come back from grandmother's place, mother will cook for you, okay? Yes, Daodu isn't hungry yet. Daodu rubbed his little belly and smiled. Daodu brought back a lot of pastries from the Shizi's residence. In the morning, Zhao Tianfu and Daodu ate a lot. Children didn't have a big appetite, so they naturally weren't hungry after eating a lot of these things. That's fine. When they arrived at the 3rd branch, Liang Jinxiao was preparing to cook. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan had gone to the fields and hadn't returned. It would take more time to reclaim the land on the mountain. The wooden shed was neither too big nor too small. Inside, there was a stove and a lot of firewood. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan brought the materials back from the foot of the mountain when they were cultivating the land. In ancient times, unlike modern times, there was no gas or natural gas. They could only use things like straw and wood. The poles of some crops could be burnt, such as cotton poles, rapeseed poles, and straw. These were not enough, so they went up the mountain to get some wood. Zhao Yun's family didn't even have a field, so these things were naturally scarce. Mother, I brought you something. Zhao Yun said and took out the rice, flour, oil, and salt. Liang Jinxiao felt a little embarrassed when he saw Zhao Yun stuffing him with more things. She declined and said, Yun, why did you send me so many things? You still have to live your own life. Take them back. Your father and I can still work and support ourselves. Mother, why are you being so courteous with me? Take them. If I didn't have these things, I wouldn't have sent them to you. Okay, I'll put them here. Don't reject them, Zhao Yun said. She put them on the stove as she spoke. Liang Jinchao sighed slightly, feeling that he had dragged Zhao Yuner down. Zhao Yuner saw Liang Jinchao's guilt and comforted her. Mother, it's okay. I'll need your help in the future. What can Yuner do you need help with? If mother can help, I'll definitely help. Liang Jinchao was a little excited. After all, he had taken Zhao Yuner's things. He would feel bad if he didn't work hard. Zhao Yuner told him about her snack stall. Later, she wanted Liang Jinchao to help make buns and wontons. Chapter 445. There were a lot of things and they were not difficult, but they required manpower. One person would not be able to handle all of them. After Liang Jinchao heard this, he nodded without hesitation and said, Yuner, of course. I'll go over to help you after lunch. Okay then. Li Chuiying overheard the conversation between the mother and daughter. Li Chuiying was surprised to see that Zhao Yuner had sent something good over again. Not only that, he did not expect Zhao Yuner to open a breakfast shop in Yang City. He knew that it was going to make money. Was this girl really that capable? It was impossible for him not to be jealous. Li Chuiying could not help but go forward and say in a strange tone, Third sister-in-law, you're so lucky now. Yuner is so capable. Not only did she send you good things, but she also opened a breakfast shop. You'll have a good life in the future. Liang Jinchao smiled awkwardly and did not know how to reply. Zhao Yuner could not be bothered with Li Chuiying. Some people just could not bear to see others doing well. Especially between sisters-in-law, they were afraid of who was richer than the other. Seeing that Zhao Yuner and Liang Jinchao did not say anything, Li Chuiying continued, Yuner, if you don't have enough people at your shop, let my Jing help. She has nothing to do at home anyway. It's good to let her help you. Zhao Yuner did not believe that Li Chuiying would be so kind. She just wanted Zhao Yuner to help her so that she could share some of the money she earned with Zhao Yuner. Li Chuiying was not that stupid to think of this idea. Zhao Yuner said mildly, no need. Thank you for your kindness, second aunt. My shop is small and I don't need so many people to help me. Kindness is not rewarded. Forget it if you don't want it. Li Chuiying said angrily. Zhao Yuner smirked. She thought it was interesting. She was not a fool. Did Li Chuiying expect her to jump into the trap set by her? Mother, if there's nothing else, I'll leave first. I'm going back to cook for Daodu. Don't forget to stew the big bones later. Liang Jinchao nodded and said, got it. Yuner, you can go back. Okay. Just as Zhao Yuner was about to leave, Zhao Ping, she said to Liang Jinchao, Mother, where are the desserts? Where did you put it? Why is it gone? They were in the basket to be sure. I didn't move. What's the matter? Mother, there's nothing left in the basket. The candies are gone too. It can't. It must be Tianan and Tianfu who ate it. There was still half of it yesterday, but there's none left today. Why didn't they leave some for me? I don't care. Mother, I want more. Liang Jinchao frowned. What could she do? She couldn't ask Zhao Yuner for more, could she? Zhao Tianfu was playing at the side. He replied, Big sister, I didn't take it. I didn't eat it. Daoda took it out for me. Brother Tianan didn't eat it either. He couldn't bear to eat it and wanted to give it to me. It wasn't you or Tianan who ate it. Could it be that it was stolen by someone? Zhao Pinger muttered. Pinger, did you see anyone enter the house? Liang Jinchao asked. I went to play with Xiaofeng today. I wasn't at home. How could I see anyone? Then what's going on? We're all family. Would they steal our things? Liang Jinchao frowned. Chapter 446. But if that was the case, how could he have the nerve to ask old Zhao's family? She couldn't bring herself to do that. Zhao Yun snorted, how is it not possible? There were too many shameless people in old Zhao's family. It was not impossible for them to steal things. Moreover, old Zhao's family had seen it when she sent those things over last time. It was normal for them to have bad intentions since they couldn't get it directly. Then, who could have stolen it? Liang Jinchao frowned and asked again. Zhao Ping'er blurted out, it could have been either my second aunt, my youngest aunt, or my grandmother. These three people were the most suspicious. Because in the whole old Zhao's family, the second branch and Zhao Xinhui were the most gluttonous. Zhao Ping'er knew the characters of old Zhao's family better. Zhao Ping'er's guess was almost the same as Zhao Yun'er's. These people were the most suspicious. Liang Jinchao still sighed. We don't have any evidence now. It's not appropriate for us to ask them directly, after all, they were a family. It was not appropriate for them to say such things. But we can't let them eat our food for free. Zhao Ping'er curled her lips. She was angry at the thought of it. She hadn't eaten all those pastries herself. She said to Liang Jinchao angrily. Ping'er, since you're so angry, why don't you ask my aunt and second aunt? Zhao Yun'er said indifferently. Now she knew that she was making things difficult for Liang Jinchao. She didn't even say a word. She thought that everything would be settled by just moving her mouth. I won't. Zhao Yun'er, do you think I'm stupid? If I ask my grandmother directly, she will scold me to death. She won't admit it. You're so evil. You don't want me to do this kind of thing. Zhao Yun'er snorted coldly. Since you already know, then why are you still talking about it? Instead of questioning mother, why don't you think of a way yourself? Zhao Yun'er, do you want to quarrel again? When Liang Jinchao saw that the two sisters were about to fight again, he hurriedly said, okay, don't quarrel over this matter. How about we just forget about it? It's not good to hurt the harmony of our family. No. Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Ping'er said at the same time. Zhao Ping'er was upset because her food was stolen. If it was something else, it would be fine. But those pastries were so delicious that ordinary people couldn't eat them. It was one thing to steal, but to steal the rest in one go. Zhao Yun'er felt that since there was a first time, there might be a second time. If she didn't teach the thief a lesson this time, her food would definitely be stolen again. Sigh, what should we do? Liang Jinchao frowned and sighed. Mother, don't worry. I have a way. Yun'er, do you have a way? Liang Jinchao asked. Zhao Ping'er also came up curiously to listen. Zhao Yun'er pretended to be mysterious and said, I'll tell you tomorrow. By the way, Mother, I'll go to Yang City tomorrow and buy a lock on the way back. When I come back, I'll put everything in the house. When I leave, I'll lock the door to avoid today's situation. Chapter 447. Liang Jinchao nodded. Got it, Yun'er. It was hard to guard against a thief in the house. These words were not without reason. It was good to be careful now to avoid future embarrassment. Mother, I'll go back then. After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, she left old Zhao's courtyard with Daodu. There were too many weirdos here. She would feel stifled if she stayed any longer. At noon, Zhao Yun cooked a few simple dishes. She stewed big bones, and the thick smell of the bone broth was very attractive. When it was stewed, the broth was milky white. Zhao Yun sprinkled a handful of green onions under it, and the fragrance was stronger. The children liked to drink it very much, and each of them drank several bowls. Xiao Yun waited for the bone broth to cool down a little, and then made a big bowl for Little Hay. Obviously, Little Hay liked the taste of the bone broth very much. He lay on the ground and licked the big plate of bone broth clean in a short while. After drinking it, he looked up at Xiao Yun and wagged his tail, looking very flattering. "You want more?" Xiao Yun asked. "Woof woof," Little Hay wagged his tail and responded. "Okay then, I'll make some more for you. You can't drink any more after you finish it," Xiao Yun said to Little Hay. Such a big little puppy, how much could it eat? If it liked to drink it, it probably wouldn't know if it burst its stomach. Xiao Yun poured half a bowl of bone broth from the pot and poured it for Little Hay. In the future, if the business of the breakfast stall was good and there was bone broth every day, she could give some to the children and Little Hay to drink every day. This way, the children would probably grow faster. In the afternoon, Xiao Yun began to prepare things like steamed buns and wontons. She bought some baking powder. The flour for steamed buns needed to be fermented. After washing the 5 pounds of meat she bought, most of it was chopped into meat fillings. Whether it was steamed buns, dumplings, or wontons, it was needed. In fact, the most important thing about the taste of dumplings, wontons, and steamed buns was the fillings. If the fillings were delicious, the taste would naturally be good. Xiao Yun was very confident in the fillings she mixed. In her previous life, her mother was best at making dumplings for her. Xiao Yun was often pulled in a sedan chair, and after a long time, she naturally inherited her mother's skills. Liang Jinqiao and Mulan also came. When Mulan came over, she found that Xiao Yun had made a lot of things. She said apologetically, "Yun, I'm sorry. I'm late. My uncle came back today. I was delayed by something." Xiao Yun smiled, "It's okay, sister-in-law Mulan. I have nothing to do myself, so I'll start first." "Okay, I'll come too," Mulan said. As she spoke, she washed her hands first and then sat down next to Xiao Yun. With the addition of Liang Jinqiao, the three of them worked pretty quickly. "Sister-in-law Mulan, you said your uncle came back. Did he find trouble with you?" Xiao Yun asked casually. "No, but my mother-in-law is not feeling well. She sprained her waist, so she can't cook. My sister-in-law's cooking is not good. Uncle said it was hard to swallow and insisted on eating at my house. You know, after all, he is the brother of San-er's father. I can't say not to let him eat, right?" Mulan's tone was helpless. Chapter 448. When Xiao Yun heard this, she only hoped that Mulan's brother-in-law would really only eat one meal and not continue to laze around. After all, there were many weirdos in the family Zhu. Based on what Mulan said, Xiao Yun felt that Mulan's brother-in-law was definitely not a good person. The steamer was filled with buns, and the rest could only be made on the spot after the buns were sold out tomorrow. As for the youtiao, the flour could be kneaded and made on the spot. There were also a lot of dumplings and wontons. Xiao Yun was afraid that they would not be able to sell so much, so she did not prepare too much. The rest of the stuffing was placed on a plate and brought over tomorrow. As for the bone broth in the pot, Xiao Yun washed the wooden bucket clean and scooped it up. "Yun, do you want me to help out tomorrow?" Liang Jinqiao asked. It was the first day of business, and the people were not familiar with it. If the business was good, they would probably be busy. It was always good to have one more helper. "Mother, you have to be busy at home too, right?" "It's okay. It's not too late to do the work when I come back. Your sister Ping is still at home. She can also help out a little. Zhao Yun did not believe that Zhao Ping would help, but she felt that the two of them would probably be too busy tomorrow. It would be good to let Liang Jinxiao go. Thus, she replied, "All right then, mother, you can come with me." Okay. It only took them 2 hours to finish all these things. It was faster than Zhao Yun expected. They were not very familiar with it. If they were more familiar with it, they would probably be faster. It was only 3 in the afternoon when they finished. Yun, I'll go back and get some water to send to your father and Tianan, Liang Jinxiao said. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan went up the mountain again. The water they brought was probably finished. Mother, I have water at home. Use mine. I don't have to go back to get it. Liang Jinxiao nodded. Okay, I'll get some water from you and send it over. Yes. Zhao Yun'er poured a pot of herbal tea and added some honey before handing it to Liang Jinxiao. Mulan also got up and prepared to go back. Zhao Yun'er stopped Mulan. Sister Mulan, do you have soybeans at home? A little. I planted quite a lot last year and was going to sell them. Later on, no one wanted to buy them, so I stopped selling them. Now, I sometimes stir-fry a plate of soybeans with wine. Yun-er, do you want soybeans? Zhao Yun'er nodded. She was going to grind soybeans into soy milk. Then I'll go back and get it. I'll send it to you later. No need, sister-in-law Mulan, I'll go with you. I'll also go to Aunt Lu's house later. Zhao Yun'er remembered that Aunt Lu had a stone mill at home. She would have to grind the soybeans when she got them back. Okay, let's go together. Yes, yes. By the way, sister-in-law Mulan, you said that your uncle is back. Can I borrow some paper from him later? Daodu had used up all the paper she bought at home to practice calligraphy. Zhao Yun'er had been busy with other things recently and didn't buy any for Daodu. She suddenly wanted to use it, but she couldn't take it out. She could only borrow a few pieces now and return them when she bought them later. It should be okay. My uncle isn't that stingy, Mulan said. Zhao Yun'er nodded. That's good. I'm going to write down the price of the snacks. Then, when the customers come over, they can figure it out. Those who are literate don't have to ask about the price. This way, it would be more convenient for others and for herself. It was just a matter of sticking a piece of paper. Chapter 449. Mulan looked at Zhao Yun'er with admiration in her eyes. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, I learned it from my 5th uncle. I can only recognize simple characters, not many. Mulan still admired her and said, that's good enough. It's better than me not knowing any of them. I'll teach you how to read if I have the chance. Mulan nodded and said, okay. The two of them chatted as they walked towards Mulan's house. When they arrived at Mulan's house, Mulan said, Yun'er, that's my uncle's room. You can go in and tell him that you're here. I'll find some soybeans for you, but I can't remember where I put them. My memory is a little bad. Zhao Yun'er nodded. There were several rooms in the family Zhu's house. Mulan's uncle lived in the one facing the south. The light was the best, and the room was better than the other rooms. It was conceivable that elder Zhu loved his youngest son the most. Zhao Yun'er walked to the front of Zhu Sanlu's house. His door was closed. She didn't know if Zhu Sanlu was concentrating on studying inside. If she went in like this, would she disturb him? Out of courtesy, Zhao Yun'er knocked on the door before entering, but there was no response. Zhao Yun'er was a little curious about whether there was no one inside, so she reached out and pushed the door. When she pushed it, she found that the door was tightly closed. Why was the person at home like this? Bang, 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 Zhao Yuner knocked on the door a few more times. Finally, someone responded. The voice from inside was a little flustered. Who is it? I'm Zhao Yuner, a friend of Mulan's sister-in-law. I want to borrow some paper from you. I'll buy it tomorrow and return it to you. Zhao Yuner directly stated her purpose. Wait for me. Okay. Zhao Yuner waited at the door for half a minute before Zhu Sanlu opened the door. Standing in front of him was a man in his early 20s. In fact, he was only 2 or 3 years younger than Zhu Eru. However, Zhu Sanlu's complexion didn't look too good. He looked weak. He looked like a fair and clean little boy. Because of his studies, he had a scholarly temperament. However, this Zhu Sanlu did not give Zhao Yuner a very good feeling. When Zhu Sanlu saw Zhao Yuner, his eyes revealed a trace of wretchedness. Zhao Yuner felt even more uncomfortable being stared at by Zhu Sanlu. Wretched man. Zhao Yuner immediately thought of these 3 words. Zhao Yuner coughed softly before Zhu Sanlu reacted. Zhao Yuner smiled, and one of her hands involuntarily rubbed against her clothes. Zhao Yuner caught a glimpse of the unknown liquid on Zhu Sanlu's clothes from the corner of her eye. As a mature woman in the 21st century, Zhao Yuner, who often dealt with criminals, of course knew what it was. At the same time, a strange and unpleasant smell began to enter her nostrils. Zhao Yuner suddenly understood why Zhu Sanlu had closed the door tightly in the room just now. This man. Was he trying to control himself? Although it was normal for such an old man to have such needs, Zhao Yuner still felt a little disgusted. Come in and see what kind of paper you want. Zhu Sanlu greeted her. Zhao Yuner didn't dare to enter and hurriedly waved her hand. No, it's not good for a woman like me to enter your room. Just give me a piece of paper that you usually practice on. Well. Okay then. Zhu Sanlu was a little disappointed. Chapter 450. After Zhu Sanlu entered the house, he took out 3 pieces of paper and handed them to Zhao Yuner. Here you go, miss. Zhao Yuner reached out to take them. Thank you. But Zhu Sanlu still held them and did not let go. Zhao Yuner frowned. What did this guy mean? Zhu Sanlu began to be naughty. He wanted to touch Zhao Yuner with his other hand, but he was interrupted. Mulan shouted, Yuner, I found the soybeans. Zhu Sanlu quickly let go of them. Zhao Yuner took the paper. Thinking of Zhu Sanlu's actions just now, Zhao Yuner felt more disgusted than if she had eaten feces. Mulan's uncle was definitely lustful. Staring at the paper in her hand, Zhao Yuner didn't want to use it anymore. Was it stained with Zhu Sanlu's unknown liquid? Zhao Yuner hurried to Mulan. Yuner, I have a total of these at home. Do you think it's enough? Mulan raised the bag of soybeans in her hand and asked. It was half a bag, about 3 or 4 caddies. She could find a lot of soybeans. Zhao Yuner nodded. It's enough. This was just a trial sale. She was not sure how much she could sell. That's good. Then you can take them all. Well, put it on both of our accounts according to the market price. When we earn money later, we'll calculate it together. No need, Yuner, you don't have to be so clear about it. My things are nothing. Just treat it as a contribution to our shop. You see, the cost was paid by you first. I didn't pay anything. I feel bad. Zhao Yuner smiled. Okay. Before leaving, Zhao Yuner whispered in Mulan's ear, Sister-in-law Mulan, why did your uncle come back? They said it's school holidays. What's wrong? It's nothing, but Mrs. Mulan, you'd better be careful of your uncle. He's not young anymore. Why don't you ask your mother to help him find a wife? So that he wouldn't continue to do those disgusting things. Mulan didn't quite understand what Zhao Yun meant, but she still nodded and said, okay. After leaving Mulan's house, Zhao Yun went to Aunt Lu's house. Zhao Yun directly asked to borrow the millstone, so Auntie Lu asked Lu Shan to bring it out. Graphite was a small grinder that was pushed by hand. It was usually used to grind some flour. However, although it was small, it was very heavy. Yun I'll ask Shanzi to send it to you, Aunt Lu said. She was worried that Zhao Yun couldn't move such a heavy thing by herself. Will I trouble Brother Shanzi? It's fine. Lu Shan walked out and said with a smile. It was just a trip. As a big man, he had plenty of strength. Because of Zhao Yun's help, his father's condition got better and his life was saved. Lu Shan was very grateful to Zhao Yun in his heart. Thank you, Brother Shanzi. Lu Shan shook his head with a smile and said, Yun you're welcome. Let's go. Okay. The two of them walked on the road and chatted casually. Lu Shan's words were not bad. He was an honest and straightforward man in the countryside. This kind of honest and simple woman gave women a sense of security. When they were about to reach the door, Zhao Yun felt that someone was following them. However, she didn't see anyone when she turned around. Yun what are you looking at? Lu Shan asked with concern. Zhao Yun shook her head and said with a smile, nothing. Maybe she was being too sensitive. Then where should I put the millstone? Lu Shan asked. Chapter 451. Lu Shan nodded. Okay. As he spoke, he hurried into Zhao Yun's house and left after putting it down. Lu Shan knew that it was not good to stay at Zhao Yun's place for too long. It would bring rumors to Zhao Yun, so he said to Zhao Yun, I'll go back first. Okay, sorry to trouble you, Brother Shanzi. It's fine, it's fine. Zhao Yun soaked the soybeans in water. These things had to be soaked for at least a few hours. She would grind it at night. She had stewed pork bone soup and cooked some noodles for dinner. She finished it early. At night, the soybeans were almost done soaking in water. Zhao Yun began to grind the soybeans. Dao was too tired from playing during the day and had already gone to bed. Zhao Yun was the only one left. She lit a candle and sat at the table to grind the soybeans. There was a small opening in the grindstone. She just had to pour the soybeans into it and push the grindstone. If she pushed the grindstone with her hands, the soybean dregs would spill out. The soybean dregs had to be wrapped in a white cloth and washed with water to get the soy milk out. Of course, the washed soy milk had to be boiled in a pot and some white sugar added. Only then would it be tasty soy milk. Zhao Yun finished grinding the soybeans. She would get the rest in Yang City. If she heated up the soy milk now, it would be cold by the time she sold it the next day. After everything was done, someone knocked on Zhao Yun's door. Who would come to her house so late at night? Zhao Yun frowned. She walked to the door and asked, Who is it? Miss Yun, it's me. A man's vulgar voice came from outside the door. Zhao Yun recognized it. It was Mulan's brother-in-law, Zhu Sanlu. This disgusting man actually dared to look for her at night. Seeing that Zhao Yun didn't say anything, Zhu Sanlu spoke again from outside the door. Miss Yun, I know that you're lonely without a man, so let me come in and warm you up. Today, I saw you and Lu Shan flirting with each other. It's not good for a married man like him. If his wife knew about it, she would definitely make a fuss. How about me? I can accompany you at night more often. After listening to Zhu Sanlu's words, Zhao Yuner felt something churning in her stomach. She wanted to vomit it out. She was wondering why she felt like someone was following her today. So it was him. Miss Yuner, quickly open the door and let me in. Zhu Sanlu was also a little anxious outside. Open the door. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth raised into a sneer. How unbearable is this man's thirst? Creak. Zhao Yun opened the door. Zhu Sanlu was ecstatic. He thought that Zhao Yuner was really willing to have a relationship with him. She happily pushed open the door and went in. However, she didn't expect that as soon as she went in, her head would be covered by a wicker basket. Then, a stick attacked her body, continuously hitting her body. It hurts, Zhu Sanlu grumbled. You still know pain. Since you dared to come, you should have thought of such an ending. What kind of disgusting man could enter this lady's eyes? Why don't you take a look at yourself in the mirror? The more Zhao Yuner thought about it, the angrier she got. She was a widow, so there was a lot of trouble in front of her door. She wasn't a widow, but she didn't have a man. Their nature was similar. This man still came to cause trouble for her. So when Zhu Sanlu was hit on the ground, Zhao Yuner didn't show any mercy. Chapter 452. Zhu Sanlu hurriedly begged for mercy. Zhao Yun removed the basket from Zhu Sanlu's head, then punched Zhu Sanlu's face a few times. Otherwise, she would not be able to vent her anger. I beg you, let me go. I won't dare to do it again. Zhu Sanlu almost knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun snorted coldly. He was quite a coward. He had the courage to be perverted, but he did not know his own limits. If I find out that you're here again, you'll be in trouble. With that, she directly lifted Zhu Sanlu up and threw him out. Zhu Sanlu fell heavily to the ground and let out a miserable cry. It was one thing for him to fall, but the problem was that his face fell on the dog poop on the ground. His face was full of the stench, and Zhu Sanlu was so disgusted that he retched. He had rushed over excitedly, but he did not expect to end up in such a miserable state. Zhu Sanlu used his sleeve to wipe his face, and could not help but vomit again. This time, he directly vomited out the food he ate today. Why is there dog poop on the ground? It stinks. Damn dog. Poop everywhere. The more Zhu Sanlu thought about it, the angrier he became. However, after scolding, he tactfully left. He was actually beaten up like this by a woman. Such a shameful thing was naturally embarrassing to let others know. After Zhu Sanlu said that sentence, Little Black, who was in the room, barked a few times outside the door. Woof, woof, woof. He actually dared to call it stinky. Mother, Daodu poked his head out from under the blanket and shouted at Zhao Yun. The sound just now was still a little loud, and it woke Daodu up from his sleep. Zhao Yun sat in front of the bed and said to Daodu, Daodu, were you frightened? Daodu shook his head, no, mother. Daodu is not afraid. Daodu still has to protect mother. Did a bad uncle come over just now? Zhao Yun nodded. Yes, but mother has already chased him away. Mother is amazing. It's fine now. Daodu, go to sleep. Zhao Yun coaxed gently. Okay. Daodu obediently burrowed back into the blanket and closed his eyes to sleep. However, in his heart, he was silently praying for his father to come back quickly. When his father came back, he would be able to protect his mother. If anyone dared to bully his mother, his father would definitely beat them to a pulp. He wondered when his father's return. At the same time, Mu Lianfeng, who was far away in the capital, put down the book in his hand and looked outside. Mo, to see, asked, what's wrong? I, Lu, to sleep to go to a, Mu Lianfeng glanced at Mo Yen. He said coldly, what's with your reaction? No, master, it's nothing. Someone like you who doesn't have a wife and a son naturally wouldn't know how I feel right now, Mu Lianfeng added indifferently. Mu Yen only felt that his heart had been greatly hurt. Was it really good for his master to treat him like this? If he was forced into a corner, he would just find a woman and run away with her. He wouldn't be able to find him. The next morning, Xiao Yun got up at around 5 o'clock. It was still dark outside. However, it would take another 20 minutes to get to Yang City. After that, it would probably be 6 o'clock in the morning. Chapter 453. When it was 6 o'clock, many people in Yang City would probably have woken up and come to the breakfast stall to buy snacks. Xiao Yun had called yesterday, and Liang Jinqiao came on time. Xiao Yun arrived at Mulan's house, and the three of them sat on the donkey and rushed to Yang City. After moving the things out of the stall, Liang Jinqiao was in charge of tidying up and wiping the table. Xiao Yun was in charge of making the snacks. As for Mulan, she was in charge of assisting. While the few of them were busy, time passed in a short while. When it was 6 o'clock, some customers slowly came. The business of the stall that Xiao Yun took over was quite good before, so there were still many people who were used to coming here to buy breakfast. In addition, the food that Xiao Yun made was really fragrant, and the fragrance spread through the entire street. Many people were attracted by the fragrance from Xiao Yun's breakfast stall, and they all ran over to see what food she made. Miss, what are these wontons? Are they delicious? Someone asked. Of course they're delicious. Wontons are like dumplings, but they're a little different. Uncle, do you want a bowl? How much is one bowl? 8 copper coins for one bowl. I guarantee it's enough. Alright, then give me one bowl. Okay. Miss, what's this? I've never eaten it before. A woman asked as she pointed at the fried dough sticks that Xiao Yun placed on the table. Xiao Yun explained patiently, Auntie, these are fried dough sticks. 1 copper coin for one. They're very delicious. Do you want to try one? When the woman heard that it was only 1 copper coin for one, she felt that it was quite cheap. It smelled quite good, so she could buy one and try it. How can that be? Give me one. The woman handed 1 copper coin to Xiao Yun. Okay. Xiao Yun took a piece of butter paper, wrapped it up, and handed it over. Auntie, if you like it, you can buy it next time. For sure. The woman took it and tasted it. The crispy and fragrant taste was simply too delicious. It's delicious, it's delicious. Miss, this thing you made is really good. 1 copper coin per stick is really worth it. This woman also had a loud voice. With this shout, even more people came. Miss, give me one too. I want one too. Me too, me too. The dozen or so deep-fried dough sticks that had just been fried were sold out in an instant. Zhao Yuner asked Liang Jinxia to help sell them while she continued to make more. Don't just buy fried dough sticks, I have other things here that are delicious too. The fragrant steamed buns and shumai are definitely different from other restaurants. Really? Try it and you'll know. There are both meat and vegetable buns. Alright then, 2 vegetable buns and 1 meat bun. I want 2 vegetable buns too. The people who ate the buns began to praise them. Just as Xiao Yuner said, they tasted good. I didn't expect that the food in this stall would be even better than before. The vegetable buns are fragrant and fresh. Miss, how did you make it? It's delicious. I'll buy breakfast here tomorrow. Hearing these people's praise and recognition, Xiao Yuner was also very happy. The meat buns were delicious because the stuffing was her exclusive secret recipe. The vegetable buns were delicious because Xiao Yuner chopped up the dried mushrooms that she had picked from the mountain before and put them into the vegetable buns. Chapter 454. It was probably because Xiao Yuner's breakfast was the best in the whole breakfast stall, so many people came over after hearing about it. Most of the time, when others said that it was good, even if they didn't want to buy it, they couldn't help but buy a little to try and see if it was as good as the rumors said. Therefore, Xiao Yuner, Liang Jinqiao, and Mulan were all busy in the morning. The three of them didn't expect that business could be done so well. All the materials that they brought in the morning were sold. It was only around 9 o'clock when they were sold out. The three of them sat at the stall and rested for a while, each of them with a smile on their faces. Our business today is really good. Yes, it's really good. I didn't expect that breakfast stalls could make so much money. Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but sigh with emotion. He was happy that Xiao Yun found a way to make money. Mulan smiled and said, "Auntie, that's because Yun's food is delicious. Look at other stalls, they don't have such good business." Liang Jinqiao thought about Mulan's words and felt that it was true. All the money that they earned today was placed on the plate. Xiao Yun poured it all on the table, and the three of them began to count it. After counting, there was a total of 100 or 200 copper coins. Excluding the cost of 300 copper coins, they earned 900 copper coins in the morning. 900 copper coins was not a small amount. The salary of an average person was not necessarily 500 copper coins a month, and they had to work hard to earn it. This was much worse than the bullfrog that Xiao Yun gave her before, but Xiao Yun was satisfied. Now that she was doing business steadily, she could still save a few taels of silver in a month. When she earned more money, she would have the capital to do other businesses and live a better life. The three of them rested for a while. They were too busy and tired in the morning. Anyway, it was still early, so they were not in a hurry. After resting for 20 minutes, the three of them tidied up the stall and went to the market to buy some ingredients. Then, they drove the little donkey back. Xiao Yuner asked Mulan to buy a gene of meat and bring it back to eat. Her child probably hadn't eaten meat for a long time, so it was necessary to make up for it. In order to catch the thief from old Xiao's house, Xiao Yun bought a mousetrap. She bought the biggest one. Liang Jinqiao asked in confusion, "Yuner, why do you want to buy a mousetrap?" "Mother, I'm going to use this to catch the thief who stole the snacks." "Ah. Using this?" Liang Jinqiao was still a little confused. Yes. Xiao Yun nodded and replied. Then, he told them about his plan. Liang Jinqiao felt that it was a little too cruel, but when he saw Xiao Yun insisted, he agreed. It was really annoying when he thought about it. There were so many pastries that he didn't eat at home, but they were stolen. Xiao Yun's carriage stopped in front of Mulan's courtyard. Mulan's little uncle was sitting in the courtyard. The sound of cooking came from the kitchen, but it was Mrs. Zhu who was busy cooking, not Mulan's sister-in-law. Mulan saw that Zhu Sanlu's face was bruised and asked, "Little uncle, what happened to your face?" He looked as if he had been beaten up badly. Chapter 455. Mulan felt a little strange. Wasn't there a toilet at home in the middle of the night? Why did he run out and hit his face like this? There were bruises all over his face, as if he had been beaten up. So Mulan said with concern, "Little uncle, don't come out to the latrine at night next time. You can use the toilet at home." The injury on your face is not light. Why don't you find a doctor to take a look at it? Zhu Sanlu waved his hand. No need, second sister-in-law. Zhao Yun couldn't help but mock. Sister-in-law Mulan, a man shouldn't be so precious. It's expensive to find a doctor to take a look. It's best if you don't come out at night. Otherwise, you won't accidentally hit your face next time, but fall into the latrine and drown. This sentence was not so much said to Mulan, but to Zhu Sanlu. Zhu Sanlu was furious after hearing it, but he was too embarrassed to lose his temper. This woman was too much. Yun, you're right. It's dangerous to go to the latrine in the middle of the night. I've heard before that someone fell into the latrine and drowned at night. It was winter at that time, and the family found him the next morning. Little uncle, you have to be careful at night. Zhao Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry after hearing it. In fact, she was just joking. There really was such a thing. Got it, second sister-in-law. Zhu Sanlu gritted his teeth and responded. Zhao Yun continued to drive her little donkey home. She unloaded everything, put it in the house, and prepared for lunch. Yun, you'll come to my place after eating, right? Zhao Yun nodded. Okay, then I'll go back first. Wait, mother, take the pig liver back and make some pig liver soup. It can nourish the blood. There was only half a caddy of pig liver, not much. It was a gift from the boss when they bought the pig. Liang Jinchao declined. Yun, you can eat it yourself. Mother doesn't need it. Mother, just take it. Don't be so polite with me. Anyway, it was a free gift. Father and Tianan are exhausted from working, but there's nothing good to eat at home. Sigh. I'll take it then. You and Daodu should get some good food too. Got it, mother. Zhao Yuner continued to make some bone soup for lunch. She cut up half a gene of meat and braised it for Daodu. This little fellow hadn't eaten red braised meat for a few days and was craving for it. After eating, Zhao Yuner carried some pastries to her parents' place according to her plan. While old Zhao's family was at home, Zhao Yun deliberately raised her voice. Mother, I've sent you some snacks and candies. They're on the cabinet in our house. You should eat them early. They'll spoil easily if left out for too long. During lunch, Liang Jinchao had also colluded with his family. He replied, Got it, Yuner. Mother, why don't you come to my house in the afternoon to help? I can't do it alone. Okay. When Liang Jinchao and Zhao Yuner were talking, Zhao Ping'er also cooperated. Mother, I'm going to play with Xiao Feng in the afternoon. Father and Tianan are working. Won't there be no one at home? What if a thief comes in? It doesn't matter if there's no one. It's such a big yard. Your other uncles and aunts are still at home. With them watching, what thief can come in? Okay then, mother. Since you said so, it's fine. Then I'll go out to play in the afternoon. Chapter 456. As expected, the thief really fell for it. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, he happily waited for the people from the third branch to leave. Zhao Xinhui had eaten the snacks before. He had never eaten anything so delicious. Yesterday, she had stolen from the third branch, and in a short while, she had eaten them all. He had eaten so much, but he still didn't feel satisfied. He had to steal some more today. In the afternoon, Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan from the third branch went to cultivate the land. Zhao Ping ran out to play. When Zhao Xinhui saw Liang Jinchao close the door, he turned around and left the old Zhao's courtyard. Then, he tiptoed into the third branch's room. Where did I put the things? Zhao Xinhui searched the room and found that it was placed in the innermost corner of the room. He was afraid that someone had rummaged through it. When Zhao Xinhui saw the things in the basket, he hurriedly ran over. He didn't care about the mouse trap at his feet. As soon as he took the basket, he felt a sharp pain from his feet. The mouse trap was stuck in his ankle. It was so tight that it was sinking into his flesh. Zhao Xinhui squatted down and tried to pry the mouse trap open. However, it wouldn't budge. Ah! It hurts so much. Zhao Xinhui's screams came from the old Zhao's room. What's wrong? What's wrong? Hu Chunhua hurriedly ran out. When she heard that the sound came from the third branch's room, she hurried over. The other people from old Zhao's family also came out of the room to join in the fun. When they saw that Zhao Xinhui had been caught in the mouse trap, they couldn't help but laugh secretly. Mother, it hurts so much. My feet are about to break. Help me pry it open, Zhao Xinhui shouted. He was in so much pain that tears flowed out of his eyes. Hu Chunhua squatted down and tried to pry it open. However, she couldn't pry it open even after using all her strength. This rat trap is too big and tight. Mother can't move it, Hu Chunhua said anxiously. It hurts, Mom, it's bleeding, Zhao Xinhui pointed at her feet. Hu Chunhua looked down and saw that it was indeed the case. Zhao Xinhui's ankle was bleeding. Hu Chunhua scolded angrily, look at what third brother is doing. He must have put such a big rat trap on purpose. Sigh, my Hui, what should we do? Hu Chunhua caught a glimpse of Li Chuiying, who was standing motionlessly by the side, and scolded her, my second daughter-in-law, are you blind? Why didn't I help you when you were standing by the side? Mother, I was stunned. Don't blame me. Li Chuiying asked. I'm curious as to why Auntie is in third brother's room. It wouldn't be strange if she was trapped somewhere else. However, she was trapped in the third branch's room. She didn't even need to think to know that something was amiss. Hu Chunhua also reacted. That's right, Hui, Why are you in your third brother's room? Zhao Xinhui naturally wouldn't say that she was there to steal snacks. She answered vaguely, nothing, I'm just here to ping, Hu Chunhua didn't think too much about it. She continued to ask Li Chuiying to help her pry it open. The two of them used all their strength but still couldn't pry it open. Sigh, Mother, we women can't pry it open with our strength. We need a man to do it, Li Chuiying said, panting in exhaustion. Jing, hurry up and call your grandfather and father over. Otherwise, your auntie's foot will be broken. Hurry up, don't be slow. Hu Chunhua instructed. Chapter 457. Not long after Zhao Jing ran out, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinqiao returned to the third branch's room. Liang Jinqiao didn't leave at all. He hid behind the room with Zhao Yun. Sure enough, as soon as she left, Zhao Xinhui was ready to steal the snacks. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's wolf-like howl, Zhao Yun couldn't help but laugh in her heart. This woman really fell into the trap. Thinking of the largest mousetrap she bought, Zhao Xinhui must have been tortured badly. She was really smart. She had to deal with people like Zhao Xinhui in this way. Zhao Yun said to Zhao Xinhui, who was on the ground, Aunt, what's wrong with you? Zhao Yun's tone was a little gloating. Zhao Xinhui glared at Zhao Yun hatefully, thinking that Zhao Yun asked this on purpose. Hu Chunhua felt sorry for Zhao Xinhui, so she scolded, what's wrong? Can't you see that my Hui is bleeding? Third daughter-in-law, you heartless woman. Look at what you've done to your little sister. You put such a big mousetrap in the house. Did you do it on purpose? Hu Chunhua scolded like a shrew. Zhao Yun couldn't help but sneer. Even if she was unreasonable, she couldn't be so unreasonable. Grandmother, you're wrong to say that. My mother put a mousetrap in the house. Who is she bothering? If it wasn't for little Aunt sneaking in, would she have been caught? By the way, my mother put the mousetrap in the house because the snacks at home suddenly disappeared yesterday. She thought that it was either stolen by someone or eaten by a mouse. Today, she specially bought the largest mousetrap to kill the mouse that stole the snacks. By the way, why did Aunt come to my parents' room? Zhao Yun's words had a deep meaning. In fact, they were meant for Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui blushed at Zhao Yun's words. She didn't know how to refute, so she said to Hu Chunhua coquettishly, "Mother, it hurts so much. I came in to look for Ping Er." Hu Chunhua comforted Zhao Xinhui and scolded Zhao Yun Er, "Are you saying that your aunt stole the snacks? What do you think your family has that your sister-in-law would want?" "Grandmother, I didn't mean that. I just found it strange." Little Aunt said that if he was looking for Sister Ping Er, he just had to stand at the door and shout a few times or go to the door to take a look, right? Why did she come into the house? Did she think that Sister Ping was playing hide-and-seek with her? When Zhao Yun said this, even Hu Chunhua felt guilty. Her Hui probably really came to steal snacks. You wretched girl. You framed your aunt for stealing without any evidence. You're really rebellious. Grandmother, how did I frame her? Don't casually accuse me of crimes. However, Auntie was caught in a rat trap this time. Next time, you have to be more careful. Don't casually enter my father and mother's house. I don't know what will happen. At that time, you will blame my father and mother. Zhao Yun smiled playfully. Zhao Xinhui was scared witless by this threat. How would she dare to come again next time? Shen Pan stood quietly and watched the commotion. She also felt a trace of fear towards Zhao Yun. Anyone who wasn't a fool would know that Zhao Yun deliberately set up to harm Zhao Xinhui. Chapter 458. After a while, old Zhao's men came back. They used a lot of strength to pry open the rat trap. Zhao Xinhui's leg could no longer walk. After prying open the rat trap, there was a lot of blood. Seeing Zhao Xinhui in this state, Hu Chunhua's heart ached terribly. She reluctantly invited the village's doctor over and bandaged Zhao Xinhui's wound. She also prescribed some medicine for her. In total, they spent a lot of money. Hu Chunhua's heart ached not only for the money, but also for her daughter. For the next few days, Zhao Xinhui would probably have to lie in bed and rest. She also had to prepare some delicious food for her every day. In the room of old Zhao's third branch, Zhao Ping covered her mouth and laughed. Little Aunt deserved it. Unfortunately, she had run out to play and forgot to come back. She really wanted to see Zhao Xinhui being trapped. She had seen Zhao Xinhui's wound clearly. It was not light. Zhao Tianfu was secretly happy. In the eyes of children, people like Zhao Xinhui deserved that kind of punishment. However, Liang Jinqiao sighed and said, "Aren't we too much? Little Aunt looks a little pitiful. Her wound is very deep." Zhao Ping said indifferently, "Mother, why are you feeling sorry for little Aunt? She stole from our family. She doesn't even have a conscience." Zhao Yun smiled slightly. "Mother, we don't have any evidence that little Aunt stole. She won't admit it either. This is just a lesson. If we don't teach her a lesson, she won't remember next time. Otherwise, she will have to continue stealing." Sigh, that's true. I just didn't expect your little aunt to be the one who stole the snacks. Mother, what's so strange about that? Little Aunt is the most delicious person in our family, Zhao Ping said. Zhao Yun glanced at Zhao Ping. She did not know how she had the nerve to say that. In the entire old Zhao family, shouldn't the most delicious person be Zhao Ping herself? However, it was clear that Zhao Ping did not have self-awareness and did not think of him at all. Zhao Ping said. It was rare for her to praise Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun, I didn't expect you to be useful sometimes. Zhao Yun's mouth twitched. She couldn't be bothered with Zhao Ping. Did she need to tell her if she was useful or not? Mother, the snacks are here. Hurry up and eat them. Don't be reluctant to keep them. You and father should eat more. At least have a taste, right? Zhao Yuner picked up a piece of osmanthus cake and handed it to Liang Jinxiao. She said to Liang Jinxiao, Mother, eat this. This. Liang Jinxiao was a little reluctant. Hurry up and eat it. Unable to win against Zhao Yuner, Liang Jinxiao had no choice but to take a bite. Yuner, it's delicious. It's sweet and has the fragrance of osmanthus. Zhao Yuner smiled and said, Of course. Mother, eat the whole piece. All right, Liang Jinxiao ate the rest of the cake. Her mouth was filled with the fragrance. The pastries in the city were indeed different. They were delicious. Zhao Ping was craving the cake as she watched from the side. She quickly took a piece and stuffed it into her mouth to chew. It's so delicious. Zhao Yuner, how much do you have at home? Send some more over later. As Zhao Ping spoke, she wanted to take another piece and continue eating. Zhao Yuner slapped her. One piece is enough. We'll wait for father and Tianan to come back to eat the rest. Don't eat everything by yourself. I don't have much left at home. I can't bring more for you. Chapter 459. Alright, Ping, this is good food. It's not expensive at all. Just eat one piece. It's not easy for Yun, to send us so much. She's almost finished it herself. Liang Jinxiao quickly interrupted. Zhao Ping, snorted softly and put her hands on the table. Next time when Shitzi comes again, he'll definitely bring these delicious food. Zhao Yun, do you know when Shitzi will come again? I don't know. Zhao Yun, replied lightly. She really didn't know. Mu Lianfeng had left for a few days and she hadn't received any news. After being reminded by Zhao Ping, she really missed Mu Lianfeng. Will he come back soon? Should be soon. Zhao Yun, you don't know. Does Shitzi not want you anymore? He must be playing with you. A woman like you will only be played by Shitzi. Don't take it seriously. It's better to find an honest and reliable person. Zhao Ping, was gloating. She couldn't wait to see Zhao Yun end up like her and be abandoned by Mu Lianfeng. Shut up. Zhao Yun, scolded. Damn it, if you want to die, just say it. How dare you scold me? Zhao Ping, was scolded by Zhao Yun, like this. She didn't dare to fart again. After tidying up the things in old Zhao's house, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao went back together and prepared for tomorrow's breakfast. Mulan didn't come in the afternoon. She asked San to send a message saying that she had something to do and would come over later to help. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinxiao didn't think it was a big deal. They just needed to do it. Today, it was a little faster than yesterday. They finished it in 2 hours. Liang Jinxiao went back to old Zhao's house after helping. Zhao Yun saw that Mulan hadn't come over yet. She wondered if something had happened to Mulan, so she went to Mulan's house. Zhao Yun went to Mulan's house. Mulan's uncle wasn't in the yard. Sister-in-law Mulan. Xiao Yun called. Mulan came out of the house. When she saw Xiao Yun, she said apologetically, Yun, I'm really sorry. Hua was crying in the room. I tried to coax her but she didn't calm down. Seeing Mulan frowning and worrying, Xiao Yun, patted Mulan's shoulder and asked, Sister-in-law Mulan, you're fine. My mother and I are busy. Why is Hua, crying? Mulan shook her head. I don't know. That girl curled up in bed and refused to come out. She didn't say anything when I asked her. Xiao Yun thought that the child wouldn't be like that for no reason, so she said to Mulan, Sister-in-law Mulan, I'll go and see Hua. Mulan sighed and brought Xiao Yun into the house. Xiao Yun saw Hua curled up in bed, looking very scared. She went up and touched Hua's head. She took out a few candies from her pocket and gave them to Hua. This is candy. Here, eat it. Xiao Yun said gently. Hua sobbed. But children are the same. They can't resist the temptation of candy. Even though she was crying, she still took it. Eat it. It's very sweet. Hua didn't dare to eat it. She looked at Mulan, as if asking for Mulan's opinion. Eat it. Thank you, Aunt Yun first. Thank you, Aunt Yun. Hua said. She choked and stuffed a piece of candy into her mouth. Hua, can you tell Aunt Yun why you're crying? Xiao Yun continued to ask. She saw that Hua seemed to be in a better state after eating the candy. Chapter 460. Mulan said from the side, Yun, Hua is like this when I asked her. She won't say anything. I'm worried to death. Xiao Yun looked at Hua and knew that she must be frightened, so she had to continue asking. Hua, don't be afraid. Your mother and Aunt Yun are here. We'll protect you. Did someone bully you? Hua nodded carefully, then kept glancing outside the window. Hua, it's okay. There's no one outside. You can say it softly. No one outside can hear you. Xiao Yun continued to coax her. After Xiao Yun said this, Hua nodded and said softly, Uncle bullied me. He took me to his room and even took off my pants. He kept looking at my lower body and even showed me his. He said that if I told my parents, he would beat me to death. After Hua said this, she lowered her head and cried again. She looked like she was frightened. When Mulan heard this, she was completely dumbfounded. What did her uncle do? How could he treat Hua like this? After all, Hua was his niece, right? Xiao Yun exploded in anger. Damn it, that pervert. Yesterday, she knew that Zhu Sanlu was a pervert. She didn't expect that after taking root with her, he would turn around and lay his hands on a child today. What was the point of keeping this kind of person alive? He could even lay his hands on his own niece. He was worse than a beast. This incident would probably leave a psychological scar on Hua for the rest of her life. Yun, what do we do now? Mulan asked. Of course we're going to find your uncle to settle the score. Sister-in-law Mulan, you don't have to be polite this time. It's best to beat this kind of person to death. If he was beaten to death, he deserved it. Xiao Yun was an outsider. It was not good for her to get involved. She could only encourage Mulan to go. Yun, I'm going to call Hua's father. I might not be able to beat uncle alone. Hua's father is strong. Mulan's heart ached when she saw Hua crying so pitifully. As a mother, her own daughter had been bullied to such an extent that she felt like killing someone. Her rationality overcame her impulse. She couldn't solve this problem alone, so she had to call Hua's father back. Mulan ran into the field and soon found Zhu Eru. Zhu Eru listened to Mulan's explanation on the way back to the family room with a gloomy face. As soon as he arrived at family Zhu's courtyard, he kicked open Zhu Sanlu's room. Zhu Sanlu was so scared that he quickly got up from the bed and pulled up his pants. Looking at the broken door, Zhu Sanlu looked at Zhu Eru and complained, "Second brother, what's wrong with you? You broke my door." Zhu Eru walked over with a dark face and directly pushed Zhu San away. Lu's collar was pulled up. Zhu Sanlu usually didn't exercise and was thin. How could he compare to Zhu Eru, a man who worked in the fields for a long time? In Zhu Eru's hands, Zhu Sanlu was lifted up like a chick. "Second brother, what are you doing? Let me go." "Let you go. Third brother, you beast." As Zhu Eru spoke, his other hand landed a heavy punch on Zhu Sanlu's face. This punch directly swelled Zhu Sanlu's face and blood flowed out of his mouth. "Ah!" Zhu Sanlu screamed. Mrs. Zhu, who heard the noise, rushed out. Chapter 461. Seeing that Zhu Eru was beating Zhu Sanlu, she began to curse. "Eru, what are you doing? How can you hit Sanlu? Stop it, stop it." As Mrs. Zhu spoke, she rushed over and stood in front of Zhu Eru. Then, she protected Zhu Sanlu behind her. "You damn child. How can you be his older brother? Look at how you beat Sanlu." Mrs. Zhu saw the bruises on Zhu Sanlu's face and became even angrier. "Mother, woo-woo." Zhu Sanlu hugged Mrs. Zhu's arm and cried. His tears and snot rubbed against old Madame Zhu's body, just like a child. "Sanlu, is it very painful? Look, your face is swollen." "Ah, mother's heart doesn't feel good looking at it." Mrs. Zhu touched Zhu Sanlu's face. "Mother, Eru hit me." Zhu Sanlu vaguely shouted. Mrs. Zhu wiped the tears on Zhu Sanlu's face and comforted him. "All right, Sanlu, don't cry. Mother will avenge you," Mrs. Zhu said as she turned around and glared at Zhu Eru. "You deserve to be killed. How can you beat your own brother so badly? I really gave birth to you in vain. You have no conscience. First, you wanted to separate from the family. Now, you hit your brother. Why don't you kill me too?" Looking at Mrs. Zhu's crying appearance, Xiao Yun stood to the side and only felt disgusted. With this comparison, Xiao Yun suddenly felt that Hu Chunhua wasn't so bad. "Mother, third brother deserves to be beaten," Zhu Eru said coldly. "Why does he deserve to be beaten? You tell me clearly. If you don't tell me clearly today, I won't let you off," Mrs. Zhu said angrily with her hands on her waist. If not for the fact that Mrs. Zhu was his mother and filial piety was the most important thing in ancient times, Zhu Eru would have thrown her out together with Mrs. Zhu. "Let him tell you what he did." Zhu Eru's cold eyes swept over Zhu Sanlu. Zhu Sanlu trembled. He was frightened by Zhu Eru's frightening gaze. "Mother, I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting in my room reading a book. What could he do? Second brother rushed in and hit me the moment he saw me." Zhu Sanlu pursed his lips as he spoke, looking aggrieved. "Eru, listen carefully. Your third brother said he didn't do anything," Mrs. Zhu said. Zhu Eru's lips curled into a sneer. "Nothing. You bastard, you dare to do it, but you don't dare to admit it. You can even lay your hands on your own niece. Don't you feel ashamed if word gets out? Zhu Eru said as he pushed Mrs. Zhu away. He grabbed Zhu Sanlu and threw him to the ground. He kicked Zhu Sanlu's crotch a few times to vent his anger. If it weren't for the fact that he was afraid of killing someone, Zhu Eru really wanted to chop up the thing in Zhu Sanlu's crotch. He wanted to see what else he could do in the future. "Aw!" Zhu Sanlu, who was kicked in the crotch, let out a wolf-like scream. Xiao Yun covered her mouth and snickered. It was too damn satisfying. Looking at Zhu Eru's tall and strong back, Xiao Yun suddenly felt that such a man was too charming. The scene of him getting angry and beating someone up just now was too handsome and manly. Mulan really didn't find the wrong man. If she found a good-for-nothing, he would probably let his daughter be bullied. Mulan also looked deeply at her man. She had never seen Zhu Eru so angry before. However, not only was she not afraid, but she was also very excited. Chapter 462. Er's father was really good. This time, he had helped Erhua vent her anger. She originally thought that Zhu Eru would only scold Zhu Sanlu a little because of their brotherhood. She didn't expect Zhu Eru to really hit him and be so ruthless. Mrs. Zhu was frightened by Zhu Eru's behavior. She hurriedly threw herself on Zhu Sanlu's body and started crying again. "You deserve to die. Are you trying to cripple your younger brother? Your younger brother hasn't married yet. Are you going to cut off his bloodline? My son, nothing bad will happen to you. If anything happens to you, I won't live anymore." Zhu Sanlu was already rolling on the ground in pain because his crotch had been kicked a few times. A layer of cold sweat appeared on his forehead. However, among the people present, except for old Madame Zhu, no one felt sympathy for Zhu Sanlu. "Mother, don't yell. Third brother deserves it. If he doesn't have a wife, he should control his crotch. If he really wants a woman, I'll ask you to marry one. He's worse than a beast to lay his hands on his own niece." Zhu Eru stared coldly at Zhu Sanlu, who was on the ground in pain. Mrs. Zhu frowned. "What do you mean? What did Sanlu do? If you don't explain yourself today, I won't let you off." Zhu Eru sneered. "Mother, if you want an explanation, then I'll explain it to you." Zhu Eru told her what had happened. Mrs. Zhu listened and blinked. She didn't know what to say for a moment. However, she couldn't just watch Zhu Sanlu suffer so much. She said coldly, Erhua said that your younger brother did it, so he did it. Do you believe a child's words? Mother, don't be unreasonable. Erhua has been crying all day. How can a child tell such a lie? If you want to protect third brother, then protect him. Anyway, I'll say it here today. If he tries to do anything bad again, my fists won't be good for anything. If he makes me angry, I'll spread the news. I'll see if he still wants to live in the future. Zhu Eru's words really scared Mrs. Zhu. Eru, don't tell anyone about this. Our family Zhu can't afford to lose face like this. Your third brother hasn't even gotten married yet. If his reputation is ruined, he won't be able to find a wife, Mrs. Zhu grumbled. Zhu Eru snorted, Mother, it's good that you know. Let third brother take care of himself. With that, Zhu Eru angrily left the room. Mulan and Xiao Yuner also followed him out. Before leaving, Xiao Yuner looked at the miserable Zhu Sanlu on the ground and felt a burst of joy in her heart. It was better not to kill him. Letting him live a life worse than death was better than directly killing him. Thinking about it, Mrs. Zhu was really biased. From the beginning to the end, she had been protecting Zhu Sanlu. Even if Zhu Sanlu had done such a thing, he still didn't want to blame Zhu Sanlu. Instead, he wanted to question Zhu Eru. They were both a piece of flesh that fell from his own body. Why was there such a big difference in treatment? After several people left, old Madame Zhu sat on the ground and burst into tears. Firstly, it was Zhu Sanlu who was crying. Secondly, it was her who was crying. She had been bullied miserably by the first branch these days. Now, her younger son was being bullied by the second branch. Why were the mother and son's lives so miserable? Do you have any problems? Mother will call a doctor for you to take a look. Chapter 463. Mrs. Zhu glanced at Zhu Sanlu's lower body. It was a bloody mess. She wasn't sure if Zhu Sanlu could still do it in the future. After sniffling, Mrs. Zhu comforted him. It's okay, Lu. It'll be fine after we get a doctor to come and take a look. You can still do it in the future. After hearing Mrs. Zhu's words, Zhu Sanlu was relieved. Mother, then hurry up and find a doctor for me. Mrs. Zhu sighed and nodded. Lu, if you want to do it, you should have told Mother earlier. Mother is arranging for you to get a wife, but you're treating Hua, as a child. Sigh. It was no wonder that Zhu Era hit him in anger. Most people wouldn't be able to take it. Zhu Era went to his room and looked at Hua. He hugged Hua and comforted her. Looking at his daughter, his heart ached. He blamed himself for not protecting Hua well. Don't blame yourself. You've already helped Hua vent her anger today. Mulan comforted him from the side. Lon, we have to protect a few children in the future. We won't let you suffer anymore. Zhu Eru said firmly. When Mulan heard this, she suddenly felt very happy and nodded at Zhu Eru. Eru, I believe in you. Looking at the warm scene of the family together, Xiao Yun was a little envious. In fact, the happiest thing for a woman was to have a man who loved and protected her. There was no doubt that Mulan was happy now. Xiao Yun suddenly thought of Mu Lianfeng. She was also a woman and wanted to have someone to rely on from time to time. If Mu Lianfeng was here, then when she encountered a similar situation, Mu Lianfeng would be like Zhu Eru and deal with the people who bullied her and her children, right? Sister-in-law Mulan, I'll go back first. Xiao Yun said goodbye. Mulan nodded. Yun, you can go back. I have to thank you for what you did today. Otherwise, Hua probably wouldn't have said anything. Xiao Yun smiled and shook her head. It's nothing. On the way back, Xiao Yun was thinking about what had just happened, so she was a little absent-minded. She didn't even hear the sounds around her. It wasn't until Lu Lei stood in front of her that Xiao Yun reacted. Brother Lei Zi. Xiao Yun called out with a smile. It seemed that he hadn't seen Lu Lei for a long time. Lu Lei's eyes revealed a trace of sadness as he said to Xiao Yun, I called you several times. Ah. Is that so? I didn't hear it. Xiao Yun said apologetically. She really didn't hear him just now because she was lost in her thoughts. However, Lu Lei thought that Xiao Yun deliberately ignored him, so he was a little sad. Yuner, I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you okay? Lu Lei asked a little nervously. Xiao Yuner nodded. I'm pretty good. How about you, Brother Lei Zi? How have you been recently? I'm pretty good too, Lu Lei said. Lu Lei couldn't help but look at Xiao Yuner a few more times. Previously, he was still brooding over Xiao Hong's words, but then he found out that Mu Lianfeng never came to Xiao Yuner's house again. This meant that there was nothing between the two of them. Everything in the past was probably a misunderstanding. He still had a chance. Chapter 464. Brother Lei, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, I'll go back first. Xiao Yun said. How could Lu Lei let Xiao Yun go like this? He hurriedly asked, Yun, is there anything else you need help with at home? Do you want me to do something for you? Xiao Yun shook her head. Brother Lei, thank you, but there's nothing I need help with at home. Oh. Okay then. Lu Lei looked a little disappointed, which made Xiao Yun a little uncomfortable. This man was very good, but she didn't like him. She couldn't force herself to accept him. When Xiao Yun was about to go back, Xiao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng walked towards her. Xiao Ping was still holding a bunch of flowers in her hand and wearing a big one on her ear. She thought she was very beautiful. Ma Xiaofeng was also holding a bunch of flowers, holding hands with Xiao Ping. They looked very intimate. Ma Xiaofeng was not old, only 15 or 16 years old. Her appearance was not bad. She was delicate and pretty, but a little dry. Her family was even poorer than old Zhao's family. She often didn't have enough to eat, so it was normal for her to be so thin. Seeing Xiao Yun and Lu Lei together, Ma Xiaofeng poked Xiao Ping and hinted. Xiao Ping looked up and saw Xiao Yun and Lu Lei together. She immediately walked over angrily and said to Xiao Yun, Xiao Yun, why are you so shameless? You're still fooling around with a man in broad daylight. Aren't you afraid that others will gossip? Xiao Yun only felt that Xiao Ping scolding was a little inexplicable. What did you say? Is there something wrong with your head? Xiao Yun replied coldly. What do you mean I'm sick? Xiao Yun, I'm just reminding you out of kindness. Everyone in the village is gossiping about you, saying that you are indecent and don't know how to avoid men when you meet them. You're actually flirting with each other. Our family's face is completely lost because of you. Xiao Ping said to Xiao Yun angrily. Then, as if she was afraid that Xiao Yun would get angry, she hurriedly pulled Ma Xiaofeng away. This made Xiao Yun want to scold her even more. What was this? Could it be that she couldn't even talk to other men? Of course, Xiao Yun didn't know that Xiao Ping was so angry because of Xiao Ping's jealousy. Why is it that Xiao Yun, this unrestrained slut, has so many men around her, but I don't? Until now, no man has taken a fancy to her. Just thinking about it makes me angry. Although Lu Lei wasn't that outstanding, he was at least tall and strong. He was also considered a talent in the village. After Xiao Ping left, Lu Lei said to Xiao Yun apologetically, Yun, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have talked to you. Xiao Yun shook her head. Brother Lei, it's okay. My sister is just crazy. Don't take her words seriously. Lu Lei sighed and nodded. Okay, it seemed that if he really wanted to talk to Xiao Yun next time, he would have to avoid her. After Xiao Ping and Ma Xiaofeng walked for some distance, Ma Xiaofeng couldn't help but ask, Ping, didn't you say that your sister opened a breakfast shop? Xiao Ping nodded. Yeah, why? That should be very profitable, right? Xiao Ping thought for a moment. I don't know either. But I heard from my mother that the business is pretty good. It should be very profitable. Since she earns so much money, when the time comes, let her give you some money to buy rouge, silk flowers, and pretty clothes. I heard that after women put rouge on their faces, they can become prettier. Chapter 465. Fourth uncle, fifth uncle, stop praising. Hurry up and eat. Otherwise, the dishes will get cold, Xiao Yun said. Okay. Let's eat. Today's feast is really sumptuous. It's a good meal. Us brothers are also having a good time, Xiao Wentao said with a smile. Xiao Yunhe liked Xiao Wentao's candid personality very much. Among the brothers, her fourth uncle was her favorite. Her eldest and second brother were too weird. Her father was a steamed bun. Her fifth brother was not the steamed bun. Because of his studies, he was more rigid. Only her fourth uncle was slightly more rebellious. Sometimes, he would even argue with Hu Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan. Third sister-in-law, sit down and eat too. Zhao Wenqing said. Liang Jinqiao waved her hand. No, no. You guys eat. I'll stand. You men are drinking at the table. It's okay, third sister-in-law. Let's sit down and eat together. It's really okay. You guys eat. We can just stand and eat. Liang Jinqiao insisted. The table was already small. With the four men sitting on each side, there was no space. Sometimes, old Zhao's women were not allowed to sit at the table. She was used to it. Third sister-in-law, we'll eat then. Eat, eat. The aroma of the dishes and the strong aroma of the wine made the people outside the room salivate. Zhao Wenshui said, not only are the dishes delicious, but the wine is even more fragrant. I can tell that it's good wine just by smelling it. Big brother, it's a pity that we can't drink it. Zhao Wenshi snorted. It's all because of that Yun. I've never seen such a bad girl. Sigh, if I had known earlier, I would have helped third brother today. Who knows, I might have gotten a drink now. Forget it. If you helped me, I might not let you drink it. The aroma of the wine is too alluring. Big brother, why don't we go in and ask for a drink? If you don't want to eat, why don't you give us a glass of wine? You're going. Zhao Wenshi replied. Anyway, he was not going. Although he wanted to drink, he was not as thick-skinned as Zhao Wenshui. The main thing was that if the other party didn't give it to him, how embarrassing would that be? Let's go together. Big brother, it's not good for her to reject the two of them, don't you think? I'm not going. He definitely won't give it to you. Second brother, you'd better not think about it. Sigh. Zhao Wenshui sighed and couldn't help swallowing his saliva. It would be fine if he didn't see it, but the fragrance couldn't be covered up. It was hard not to smell it. Li Chuiying and Zhao Wenshui felt the same way. Seeing the third branch eat and drink well, they felt uneasy. She had thought that the three branches would have to live a hard life after separating from the main family, but in the end, she had miscalculated. Therefore, he could not help but nudge Hu Chunhua beside him. Mother, although the third branch has been separated, you are still the elder. After separating, the son still has to support his parents. No matter what, third brother and the others should send you some delicious food and let father have a drink. Only they are eating. They are too heartless. It would have been fine if Li Chuiying did not say it. Once Li Chuiying said it, Hu Chunhua felt that this was the case. He gave birth to an ingrate. He has forgotten his parents' good food and drink. He also doesn't remember who raised him. Hu Chunhua raised her voice. Her tone was full of dissatisfaction. With such a loud voice, the people in the room also heard it. The brothers who were drinking looked very embarrassed. It was a bit wrong. They were brothers drinking. Shouldn't they also call Zhao Baoshan over? Chapter 466. This person directly ordered all the food on Zhao Yunhe's stall. Mulan was the one who served this man in black. When she heard that he actually ate so much, she couldn't help but be a little surprised. He ordered so much in one go. Could his stomach hold it all? Even 4 or 5 people wouldn't be able to finish all these things. Thus, Mulan asked uncertainly, "Young master, are you sure that one person can eat so much?" The man in black didn't answer Mulan. Instead, he looked sharply at Mulan. Mulan was so frightened that she quickly shut her mouth. She could only follow this person's instructions. She walked in front of Zhao Yun, and whispered in Zhao Yun's ear, "Yun, look at that person. He's a little strange. He ordered so many things in one go. Let's not talk about whether he can finish it or not. Looking at him, I don't even know if he can pay." This was what Mulan was most worried about. These things added up to a lot of money. The man in black was dressed in rags. Could he really take out so much money? Although she was suspicious, he wouldn't come over to renege on the debt. With so many people around, if he really did, then they would send him to the authorities. Anyway, the authorities were in Yang City. It was convenient to arrest him. Zhao Yun also sized up this man in black. She smiled at Mulan and said, "It's fine. Let's go." Okay then, out of Mulan's expectations, not only did this person finish all the food, but it wasn't enough. He continued to order a lot more. Mulan stared at this man in black, flabbergasted. Wasn't this a little too much? This wasn't an appetite that a normal person could have. Looking at the way this person ate, it was as if he hadn't eaten for hundreds of years. Mulan walked in front of Zhao Yun and couldn't help but say, "Yun, this person is too strange. He ate so much and still ordered food." Zhao Yun also couldn't help but take another look. He dressed strangely, acted strangely, and even ate strangely. What a strange person. Zhao Yun was busy entertaining the guests and didn't have time to think too much. When it was time to pack up, this person was still there. "Young master, we've sold out everything here. Please settle the bill." Mulan walked to the black-clothed man and spoke to him. When it came to paying the bill, the black-clothed man was a little hesitant. He took out 10 copper coins from his pocket and placed them on the table. This is all I have," the black-clothed man said. Mulan was stunned. It was only 10 copper coins. This man had eaten a total of 200 copper coins today. "Young master, you're still short of 194 copper coins. Please pay up," Mulan said with a frown. "That's all I have." "So you're saying that you're going to go back on your word?" Mulan frowned. She knew it would be like this. However, this man was really bold. Wasn't he afraid of going to the officials? "Go back on my word." The black-clothed man's voice turned cold. He shook his head and said, "I won't go back on my word. I'll owe you first. Or I'll help you with your work. I'll do whatever you want me to do." In Mulan's view, this black-clothed man was just an excuse for him to go back on his word. "How can you do this? If you don't pay, then I can only send you to the officials. At that time, you'll be beaten," Mulan said somewhat seriously. In fact, she just wanted to scare him. Who knows, he might pay after being scared. After all, 194 copper coins wasn't a small amount. She couldn't just let him go back on his word. Chapter 467. Why are you like this? If you don't want to pay up, you're not paying up. Just as Mulan was about to continue speaking, the black man suddenly stood up and slammed the table, giving Mulan a fright. Zhao Yun stared at the man. Her intuition told her that this man was not simple. Hence, she said to Mulan, "Sister-in-law Mulan, forget it." Then she said to the man in black, "This breakfast is on me. Everyone has their difficulties. Take care of yourself in the future." Take this 10 copper coins as well. The man in black looked at Zhao Yun again, then picked up the 10 copper coins on the table and said to Zhao Yun, thank you for the meal. I'll repay you when I have the chance. Goodbye. With that, the man in black left the stall. Mulan said, Yun the more I look at that man, the stranger he seems. We lost 200 copper coins. Zhao Yun pursed her lips and said with a smile, it's okay. We didn't lose much money. That man is not simple. If he really wanted to go back on his word, we probably wouldn't have been able to catch him, let alone send him to the officials. Mulan nodded. I see. Yun, you're still the best. What's so good about that? As they spoke, they had already started to pack up the stall and were preparing to go back. On the way back, Liang Jinqiao talked about Zhao Ping's marriage. She was not free during the day, but she had to discuss Zhao Ping's marriage with a matchmaker, so she asked Li Chuiying to invite the matchmaker over in the afternoon. If Zhao Ping could get married, Zhao Yun would naturally be happy. Mother, then you should discuss it properly. It's fine as long as the conditions are similar. Tell Sister Ping not to be too picky. Liang Jinqiao nodded and said, yes, I know. It's good enough that Ping has a normal man. She can't stay at home forever. The car swayed to the village. Zhao Yuner had lunch and went to old Zhao's house in the afternoon to check on the situation. It was rare for her to be interested in Zhao Ping's marriage. Around 2:00 in the afternoon, the matchmaker came over. She was a woman in her 50s. She was short and plump and dressed more luxuriously than the average person. She really looked like a matchmaker. This matchmaker's surname was Gao. She was quite famous in the nearby villages and towns. She specialized in matchmaking, so she knew many people. As soon as he arrived, Li Chuiying greeted him warmly. He boiled a bowl of eggs and syrup for the matchmaker and brought it over. He said to matchmaker Gao, thank you for your hard work, matchmaker Gao. I've been looking forward to seeing you, but you're finally back. Come, take a seat. These are eggs and syrup. Hurry up and eat. Seeing Li Chuiying being so attentive, and then glancing at the eggs and syrup in Li Chuiying's hands, matchmaker Gao did not refuse. She took the bowl and ate it one bite at a time. In fact, in her line of work, it was inevitable that she would be warmly received by the host wherever she went. Therefore, she ate a lot of good food. Eggs and syrup were not rare in her eyes. Zhao Yun was also sitting at the side. Looking at the way matchmaker Gao ate, she felt that her mouth was greasy. A good bowl of eggs and syrup was eaten by her, and she had a very disgusting feeling. Chapter 468. Hu Chunhua snorted disdainfully. Your little sister will marry into a rich family in the future. Can she introduce anyone to her? Li Chuiying's mouth twitched. He knew that Hu Chunhua was dreaming again, but he couldn't expose Li Chuiying. He could only continue to coax her. Mother, Tianhu is of marriageable age. You have to introduce him to someone, right? What's more, if the matchmaker can find a good husband for my Jing, and they give a lot of betrothal gifts, then all the money will belong to you, mother. Our family's money will be in your hands. After Li Chuiying said this, Hu Chunhua felt that it was true. How much could eggs and syrup be worth? If she could find a good husband, then the betrothal gifts would be considerable. Hence, she said to Li Chuiying, all right then. You take good care of them. Li Chuiying grinned and replied, Mother, I know. As she said that, she ran over to matchmaker Gao with a grin and started chatting with her. Matchmaker Gao learned about the basic situation of the two girls in old Zhao's family. Zhao Jing's conditions were not bad. After all, she was only 16 years old. She was at the prime of her life, and it was easy to find a good husband at this age. As for Zhao Ping, she was a little older. Basically, there were no girls of her age in the village. Matchmaker Gao then asked about the situation. Sister-in-law, why is your daughter still unmarried at 20 years old? You don't seem to be in a hurry. I want to know if she has never been married, or if she is married and her man died, and she wants to remarry. Matchmaker Gao's question was very direct and didn't think too much. Her question made Liang Jinchao feel a little awkward. Liang Jinchao pursed his lips and said with a smile, she has never been married. Matchmaker Gao nodded. That's good. A girl who hasn't been married is a virgin. Although she's a little old, it's still easier for her to find a husband than those who have remarried. In ancient times, women's chastity was very important. Generally, it was difficult for a non-virgin woman to get married. Matchmaker Gao continued to ask, does your daughter have any injuries? Or you can't have children. You have to make it clear to me. You can't cheat other people and ruin my reputation. After all, your daughter is still unmarried at this age. I always feel that there's something wrong. Before Liang Jinchao could reply, Li Chuiying smiled and said, Matchmaker Gao, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with my niece. It's just that she's ugly and that's why she can't get married. Although Li Chuiying spoke up for Liang Jinchao and seemed to have good intentions, there was a hint of schadenfreude in his tone. Matchmaker Gao nodded in understanding. So that's how it is. It's okay for a woman to be ugly. As long as she can bear children, she will definitely be able to get married. With me around, I'll definitely be able to help her find a husband. Matchmaker Gao's words seemed to be comforting Liang Jinchao, but it sounded a little strange. Liang Jinchao smiled embarrassedly. Sigh, it'll be great if she can get married. Then I'll leave the matter of finding a husband to you, Matchmaker Gao. Matchmaker Gao laughed and said, no problem, no problem. After all, there was money to be made when the time came. Are the girls from your two families home? Why don't you invite them out for me to take a look? Matchmaker Gao asked. Chapter 469. Liang Jinchao also shouted into the house, Ping come out too. Zhao Ping came out of the house when she heard the voice, but Zhao Ping didn't come out for a long time. Matchmaker Gao looked at Zhao Ping's appearance and praised her. She said to Li Chuiying, you're a pretty girl. Fortunately, she doesn't take after you. She probably takes after her father, right? It'll be much easier for her to find a rich husband. Matchmaker Gao originally thought that Li Chuiying wouldn't be able to give birth to a beautiful daughter with his looks. After seeing Zhao Ping's appearance, she realized that it wasn't what she thought. Li Chuiying was happy and embarrassed at the same time. Matchmaker Gao just said that she was ugly. Her Jing didn't look like her. Matchmaker Gao wasn't wrong. Li Chuiying wasn't good-looking to begin with. He looked a little fierce like a man. The men in old Zhao's family were all good-looking. Zhao Wenshui was a little younger, but he was also a fair and clean little boy. In terms of looks, he was much better than Li Chuiying. Zhao Ping lowered her head shyly when she was praised by Matchmaker Gao. She was excited because Matchmaker Gao said that she would be able to find a good husband. Liang Jinchao laughed awkwardly and said, I don't know what my daughter is doing. Maybe she's shy. She hasn't come out yet. He then said to Zhao Yun, go tell your sister Ping to come out. Zhao Yun nodded. She was also curious about what Zhao Ping was doing in the house. She pushed the door open and entered the room of the third house. She found Xiao Yun looking at herself in the bronze mirror. There was a flower pinned to her ear. She was wearing thin clothes, but they were relatively new and the color was a little brighter. This woman, was she dressing up in front of the mirror? The more Xiao Yun looked at Xiao Ping, the more she felt that she was twisted. The problem was that after dressing up like this, she still felt good about herself even though she was obviously ugly. Xiao Yun did not know what to complain about. Perhaps she was used to it. Sister Ping, didn't you hear mother calling you? Of course I heard it, but I can't just go out like that. Yun, look at me, don't I look good? Could he go out to meet the matchmaker? I'm afraid that if I don't look good, they won't introduce me to a husband. Xiao Yun swallowed her saliva. She didn't want to deal a blow to Xiao Ping. It's all right. Hurry up and come out. Don't let them wait for too long. Xiao Ping nodded happily. Got it. After saying that, Xiao Ping walked out of the room bashfully, like a young daughter-in-law meeting her in-laws. Xiao Yun could not help but complain in her heart. It was just meeting the matchmaker. Did Xiao Ping have to act like this? As soon as Xiao Ping came out, Li Chuiying and Zhao Jing could not help but laugh. They were amused by Xiao Ping's appearance. After matchmaker Gao saw Xiao Ping's appearance clearly, she finally understood why Xiao Ping was still unmarried. Her appearance was really a little shabby. Even if the average family was not poor, they would not be willing to make do with someone like Xiao Ping. Seeing that matchmaker Gao was silent, Liang Jinchao asked nervously, Matchmaker Gao, can my daughter find a husband? You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.